prevent any disease.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here. Just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Saturday, April 8th, the NC Strutmasters Championship is back, presented by Leopold and coming back to Farmville. Turkey hunters from all over the country are headed east to put their skills to the test, and the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes up to $30,000. Plus live performances by Nate Hosey and the Carolina Treat Band. A weigh-in will be held at R.A. Wood Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. Registration is now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Brought to you by Sam Jones Barbecue, Big Rock Power Sports and Marine, Mossy Oak, Spring Hill Outfitters, Carolina Caliber, Mossberg, Doug Henry of Farmville, and Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Deadline to register is April 3rd, or the first 165 teams. And we'll see you there for the NC Strutmasters Championship.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
If you go into a normal porta potty, you have about a 1 in 3 chance of it getting turned over and ending up on Instagram.
Everyone's never said that.
That's my nightmare.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it's like, how did Sanford get the bubonic plague? Like, I don't know. It hasn't been around since the Middle Ages.
We did have a debate about what's worse, but there's nothing worse. The thought of being in a porta potty that turns over.
No, my worst fear is dropping the phone.
Oh, that's gone.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Well, I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
All right. It was in the men's section.
Girl shirt button on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, figured it out.
Flash is wearing a girl's shirt.
Flash. It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Go cojones.
How about those friggin' Pirates?
There's local politics, bud.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say, well. You are terrible. Then stop playing that song.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Did not flub at all. Send it in.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live, a picture-perfect day in Greenville, North Carolina. Thank you for tuning in on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250 at 930, online, pr927fm.com. Had some issues with the online stream last night, but Wes Hines able to fix those, so you can check that out. And also watch the show, be a part of the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and be a part of the Pirate Radio family. Coming up on today's show, we've got a ton to discuss. There is a lot going on regarding ECU athletics, including coming up tonight, 6 o'clock, Minges Coliseum. It'll be the Pirates and the Houston Cougars in women's basketball. Winner moves into second place in the American. Kim McNeil's team going for win number 20, going for win number 6 in a row. And we'll talk more about that later on in today's show, but a big one coming up. And Chandler and I, as soon as we are done with this program, are heading over to Minges. Looking forward to that. We've got some ECU basketball, men's basketball to recap from last night. How about a road victory for the Pirates? We'll take one of those any way we can get it. We'll recap the Pirates' victory over Tulsa last night. Also, we have a baseball game to recap. Pirates losing in walk-off fashion to the Campbell Fighting Camels. Was not the prettiest game, but a competitive game last night, and now a big weekend ahead for the 3-1 baseball Pirates. So we've got all that to discuss, along with everything else going on in the sports world. Scott Rogers was on the call last night in that defeat to Campbell, and we'll talk to Scooter coming up at around 3:30 in hour 2. We'll have our Flight by Yingling ECU report and hear what Kim McNeil had to say yesterday when she joined us on the show about these Houston Cougars that the Pirates will see coming up tonight. Also, we got some Mike Houston audio from the conditioning fields. Mike Houston talking to his team. That was on social media on the ECU football official account, and we'll play that for you. But always great to hear some Mike Houston, even as we sit here in February. Patrick Mason, P-Mace, will be in Minges tonight and coming up on Saturday as well. We'll talk to him about men's hoops, women's hoops, and Pirate baseball. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, will join us in hour number 3. We want you to be a part of the show as well, so let us know what is on your mind here on this Wednesday. And if that's not enough, we've got Wes Hines producing today's show. Shirley Rhodes has a family matter, and we hope everything is going good on that end. But Wes, thanks for filling in once again, man. We saw you on Friday, and you're back again.
Glad to be here, sir.
Looking good in that new Voice of the Pirate Nation t-shirt, the Jungle Nation shirts, which will be available coming up Friday at 11 a.m. at UBE while supplies last. And for a $10 donation to Mustache March for the fight against ALS, you can get a gray or purple Jungle Nation t-shirt. They look really cool. They got our logo at the front. They've got Jungle Nation on the back and the number 23 outlined in bones. And it looks really sharp. Wes is our model today. Chandler Honeycutt here as well, looking very golfy on this beautiful Wednesday.
Hello, Clipper. How are you doing? And it is a beautiful day.
Do you like for me to answer that?
Nah, do I really care?
Okay,
No.
all right.
Now, how are you doing? You're doing great. I already knew that because you've been in a good mood today.
Have I?
Yeah, I feel like you have.
Could be the weather, could be hoops win last night. We got a big night tonight with women's hoops and trivia following that.
Yeah.
So
got a great weekend of ECU athletics coming up.
Just it's a fun time to be a sports fan, to be a Pirate, and to be alive.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I wish I was on a golf course today. I was supposed to play I was supposed to play in a golf tournament a couple of weeks ago, and before that golf tournament, there was about 3 or 4 days just like today where it was beautiful, and I was like, man, I hope it's going to be like this the day I play golf.
Mm-hmm.
And Clip was like, I guarantee it's going to be one of those days where it's rainy, it's cold, and sure enough, it was, and that tournament got booted to this Saturday, and of course, I can't be in that tournament because I've got a lot going on with Pirate Radio stuff. We got East Carolina baseball at 2 o'clock on Saturday against Carolina, and then at 8 o'clock that night, we'll be taking on the number 1 team in America, the Houston Cougars.
That is correct. Kelvin Sampson's team will be in town. They got Tulane tonight, so we'll see if they can get that win. They'll be number 1 regardless because the new polls won't come out until next Monday, but we'll see if Houston can win tonight, and then they'll take on the Pirates coming up on Saturday night. I'm starting to get a little worried. I know we don't want to talk about the weather, but if that Saturday game keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, that it might run into basketball, and I really want to be there in Minges, but if it is a night game at Clark LeClaire Stadium Saturday, I'll be there under the lights, but we'll see what happens. You never know with the weather, but it does look like a wet Saturday, so we'll check on that. I was trying to get the wink on Shane Winkler And I asked, so try to get him on the show tomorrow. They have moved their schedule, though. The softball team will be playing a doubleheader on Thursday at 4 o'clock, and they've got 2 games scheduled for Friday as well, and then Saturday, Sunday. But they are going to move their action up a day, so you can see the softball team for the first time at home beginning Thursday at 4 o'clock, and they are off to a good start to the season. They're already 8-2 on the young season, so we'll try to catch up with Coach Winkler next week because they have a lot of home games coming up, a lot of opportunities for you to check out the softball Pirates. All right, Jansen is on YouTube. He says Clipper. Wes, do you have the Clipper cut?
Yeah.
If y'all want to give Wes a test today to see if he can find all the cuts, feel free to do so.
Get a PRL3, yeah. Right there at the bottom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wes.
Let's go, Wes.
Steve Hill says, I woke up to the sad news that Keaton Mitchell is still throwing his life away by not telling the New Orleans Breakers to go to hell. That is a reference to the show yesterday where people were losing their minds because Keaton Mitchell was drafted by the New Orleans Breakers. It doesn't mean he's going to play in the USFL. All it means is if he doesn't make it to an NFL team and chooses to do so, he has a safety net. He has a team that owns his rights in the USFL, and he can play and get paid in that league, but he still has the combine. He still has pro day, still has the NFL draft, still has a chance to get picked up as a rookie free agent. So everybody commenting that doesn't know what they're talking about, relax. But the problem is nobody that needs to hear this message is listening right now. That is the issue. All right, we've got a couple of comments regarding Wes and Chandler. Steve says, I hope Wes yells at Chandler today. Chad says, over under for minutes into the show until Wes yells at Chandler. Now, I feel like y'all got along pretty well on Friday.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
That's right.
Chandler, let's go ahead and try to make this a good show, a positive show.
Yes.
By you ripping off that joke and see if Wes laughs.
Okay.
All right.
Wes, here we go.
Okay.
Let's see. Now, Wes, if this is funny, laugh. If it's not,
then don't laugh.
I want you to be as honest as you always are.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, Wes. So a guy walks into a bar, sits down at the bar, and he tells the bartender, hey, he says, bartender, give me a beer. So he gets the beer, and he drinks the beer. And he gets up, and he says, bartender, give me another beer, but I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. So he goes and uses the bathroom. He comes back to the bar, and the bartender says, now, I would not drink that beer if I were you. That guy goes, why? He says, because a monkey peed in your beer. He said, what? What are you talking about? He said, whose monkey is it? Bartender looks over to the guy playing the guitar. He said, it's that guy right there playing the guitar. So the guy goes over to the guy playing the guitar and says, hey, man. He says, do you know your monkey peed in my beer? He says, no, but if you hum it, I might can play it.
Oh, gave him the stone face. Nothing. No reaction. Oh, my goodness.
Made no sense.
Do you get the joke?
Yeah, I did, but...
Are you sure?
I did.
All right.
No.
Nothing, Chandler. No reaction.
But you were about to laugh in the middle of the joke. You were literally you went...
Well, the visual of a monkey peeing in a beer is funny.
Yeah.
But you don't, so you do get where he, I'm not going to explain it, but Wes doesn't think it's funny.
No.
Well, that is not a good sign for the rest of this show.
I mean, think about the last part of your joke. Now go from the part where he's talking about your monkey peed in my beer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And what did he say?
He said, "Do you know that your monkey peed in my beer?"
So he was at the bar. The bartender said, "Hey, a monkey peed in your beer." So he said, "What? Are you kidding me? Whose monkey was it?"
Right.
So the bartender says, "Hey, it's that guy over there playing guitar."
Yeah.
So the guy goes over there to the guy playing guitar, playing music, playing songs, and the guy says, "Hey, do you know your monkey peed in my beer?" And the guy said, "No, I don't. But if you hum it, I might can play it."
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Still nothing.
So it's a double meaning.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
All right.
Makes no sense. No, not funny to me.
Okay.
The reason I was about to bust out laughing was because I thought you were almost done with the joke. And then you
it does take a while.
Then you added more, and I'm like, wait a minute.
We need to start sending Wes to comedy clubs and just putting a live feed on him, and he just sits there the whole time. He's like, nope, didn't make sense, not funny.
Nope.
Next. Nope.
Ask the trainer. Next.
All right, Chandler. Sorry.
Man, I've had so many laughs and I felt good, but now that I've gotten a stone face from Wes Hines, I don't know if I want to tell the joke anymore.
Man, we got Randolph tuned in. What's up, Randolph?
Dax.
He said, "I'm at the gym getting it in."
Hey, watch yourself,
big fella.
Watch yourself, Randolph. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, Wes, you ready to play some sound bites?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
All right, Steve Hill says, 2 little butt cheeks.
Under the purple one. Up, 2 butt cheeks right there. Down, down, down. Boom.
It's 2 little butt cheeks.
Swinging dingers.
Let's see.
This works a lot better when Shirley's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swinging dingers.
There you go.
Family.
That's up there. Same row.
Good coaching by Chandler here.
Up there.
I like to see y'all working together. Ric Flair. Woo!
Ric Flair should be. Let's see. I don't know if it's in this one.
I want me some glory hole.
Oh, that should be.
I want to shake his hand.
Oh, glory hole's right there. The glory hole's right there. It's in the blue, second row to the left.
Sometimes you gotta
right there.
I want me some glory hole.
Sometimes you gotta direct your buddy to where it is.
Hey, there it is. There's the glory hole.
Is that supposed to be?
I can't tell you how many times in my life when I have had it handed to me
Yes,
in
sir.
a lot of different ways.
That's right.
But I went back to work, got up
Went
on
back.
Monday morning, there it was. Glory hole. Right there in the middle of it.
Resiliency.
Okay,
Right there in the middle of it.
Resiliency.
Is that supposed to be funny? Troy D. Sigh. All right. Can you be quiet, please? Thank you, my guy. We should beat off.
Malcolm right there.
Go Gator.
Malcolm right. The pink.
All right.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
All right, Wes. That's enough.
Thank God.
Next, if Shirley's not here tomorrow, we're going to put Chandler in the hot seat and have him do the soundbite marathon.
Okay.
See how you do. All right. Pirates victorious last night in hoops on the road. And it was awesome to see East Carolina beating Tulsa in a beautifully played basketball game. Right, Chandler?
Oh, boy. That had to be, just like Michael Malone said the other day for the All-Star game, that had to be one of the worst basketball games ever played.
That's right. But the Pirates get it done. They trailed by 7 at one point.
Late in the game, around the 10, 12-minute mark in the second half, and defense clamped down. I'm going to give credit to that defensive effort to our guy, David Kazangane.
Yeah.
Really good defensive outing. If you look at the box score, David K only had 2 points. He did have a couple of clutch free throws down the stretch, but a lot of his performance will not be shown in the stat sheet. He just had a lot of forcing turnovers and stuff like that. But Pirates got it done, and what a weird like last minute and a half with all the fouls and going to the line. It was just very strange because the Pirates were going to the line to only be up by still 1 possession. But Pirates get it done.
Yeah, we'll talk about the fouling strategy in that later on the show with P. Mace, with Stephen Igoe. David K. had a Chad Moore stat line. There's always a guy that plays basketball that should be on a football field. And Chad was that guy growing up, but he would commit, and Chad, if you're tuned in, you can tell us exactly what it was, but David K. fouled out last night. And not a lot of minutes.
He was the hacker.
He made his 5 fouls count, and Chad would go on the court and immediately get in foul trouble right when he checked in, right when he came in the game. But 2 points, 5 fouls. Had a nice pass late in the game where he was trapped and got out of a jam. But the Pirates they hit some free throws down the stretch. R.J. Felton especially, Brandon Johnson. Jaden Walker, again.
The Jaden Walker game.
Another big game, and still struggles at the free throw line for a point guard, certainly. And Ezra, I think, made 1 of 2 down the stretch. But outside of that, the Pirates did hit some free throws. They got it done. Wasn't pretty, 62-60. And now they have swept Tulsa on the year and have 5 conference wins. So they have Houston, Tulane, 2 with Tulane, and UCF left on the docket. I had East Carolina winning 12 games this year. Stephen Igoe had them winning 14, and right now they're at 14. So I don't know what your expectations were out there for this Pirate basketball team in year 1 of Mike Schwartz with no Tristan Newton and Suggs moving on, and you didn't know that Javon Small was going to be out, I don't know, half the year, but for the most important games, the toughest games of the season. So for what they have and what they've been able to do, I think it's a sign of good things to come. Now you just got to hope you can keep your team together and obviously add some big-time pieces. But next up on the docket, number 1 Houston coming to town Saturday night, 8 o'clock in Minges Coliseum. Things did not go so well on the baseball diamond as East Carolina loses 1 in walk-off fashion to the Campbell Fighting Camels. That thing looked rough early, Chandler, as we were watching it here during the show. Pirates got down 4-0 early in the second inning, and then that bullpen is able to come in and really do a good job keeping the Campbell bats at bay. Merritt Beaker, Bryce's guy, with 2/3 scoreless. Willie Lumpkin gave up a run, but went 2 2/3, so a good outing for him. Tyler Bratt, 1 2/3 of scoreless innings, and then you had Saylor pitch 2/3 of an inning, just 17 pitches for him, so he'll be good to go this weekend. Eric Ritchie threw 7 pitches. Wyatt Lunsford Shinkman came in at the end, pitched 1 inning, and got out of that, but could not get out of the bottom of the ninth as Campbell scratches across a run and wins it 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to be a Johnny Holstaff kind of day for East Carolina. It's usually that way during the midweek situations, and I think we saw a lot of good things. Garrett Saylor getting out of a sticky situation there late. Even we saw Lumpkin, the new guy, come in, and then the Bratt guys really got a lot of speed. But the bats, and you kind of get spoiled looking at the Pirates play over the weekend and put up 43 runs and hit the ball like they did, and the bats just were not as hot last night.
Justin Wilcoxon, who could not get out this weekend, goes 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts.
I was talking to Ellerby about that earlier today, about, you watched him he got 10 hits over the weekend, and then last night he just was not able to do anything. But it's just maybe one of those deals where the engine overheated on the number 34 car. So I don't know, maybe he needed to cool off, but he did have that routine pop-up to left field that was missed by the left fielder for Campbell, and that allowed, I believe, 2 or 3 Pirates to score. It gave the Pirates a lead, 5-4. So, yeah, I mean, I think he'll pick it back up. I mean, JC with East Carolina's only extra base hit. So the bats were just not what it was over the weekend. But, I mean, Pirates were there. Pirates had a chance to win it. They had a chance to win it.
Yeah.
Thanks to the speed of Luke Nowak.
Yeah.
He gets on the base, man. This guy can fly. I mean, this guy can really – he's going to be a threat on the base pass for anybody that we play this year. And I tweeted it out last night. I look forward to that guy getting on base because you don't know what he's going to do. He's not only beating out these throws, he's beating them out by a mile. These catchers, I mean, over the weekend and then last night, these catchers have not had a chance to get Nowak out. And the next thing you know, he gets a walk or a base hit or something. I can't remember how he got on, but you blink your eye, he's on third. The lead run is at third base, and unfortunately, we just weren't able to get him home.
Pirates Tar Heels this weekend, 3 game set scheduled, 2 here in Greenville, and then the one on Sunday in Chapel Hill. So going to be a big weekend of baseball. You got softball in town. You got Pirate Hoops Saturday night, and we'll talk about women's hoops coming up, later on tonight in Minges Coliseum. Chad, by the way, we're talking about the enforcer. He had 4 fouls in 2 minutes was his claim to fame. So there you go. Chad also says, can we talk about the reverse Fred McGriff? ESPN thinking Schwartz was a black guy. So I missed that. I didn't see that.
I hate when people think that someone's another race than what they actually are.
But earlier this year, I remember we were at AJ's, Pirates were on. They were showing just a random white dude on ECU's bench and said Mike Schwartz and had his record. Remember, it was an ECU assistant coach.
I think it was Riley Davis, maybe, that they showed. It definitely wasn't Mike Schwartz.
So last night, I guess, are you saying that they were showing a black dude and saying this is Mike Schwartz? I think they just guess sometimes and hope they get it right.
I think Alex on Twitter I said, who even is this guy? And I believe Alex said it was SMU's coach. And is actually one of Mike Schwartz's really good friends in the coaching world.
From last night?
Yeah.
You mean Tulsa?
Yeah. The guy that they showed for Mike Schwartz during the Tulsa game, Alex responded and said, I believe that is SMU's coach. Lanier, I believe.
He was at the game?
No, the graphic showed his picture.
Oh, okay.
The graphic was showing SMU's coach.
Okay.
I'm glad you clarified that.
I'm glad I did too.
Wes is staring daggers.
Easy, Wes. Down, boy. Down.
So Mike Schwartz. So it wasn't a camera shot; it was a graphic. That's what was
a graphic.
Me.
The picture on the graphic was Lanier from SMU.
Yeah, I mean, you would.
It just happens way too often.
I know. Well, you've got. You know, I mean, and Chandler, you're a sports guy. You were able to earn that moniker when you picked Tennessee to beat Alabama. That kind of sealed the deal for you.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of non-sports people in the sports business. And
that's just hard to believe.
They're creeping in and taking over. And unfortunately, they're good at maybe graphic work, camera work. They're not good at knowing sports. I have a great example of this, of someone who just got a job with a professional sports team and sent a text to someone who kind of helped them get along the way and said, I have no clue about this sport, and just got hired by the franchise to do some social media stuff.
Wow.
And it's
that is scary.
I know. It's kind of frustrating, but that's the way it goes.
But maybe these are interns that are doing these graphics. Look, that's just like...
I don't think so.
Well,
I think they're employees.
Well, they could, whatever they are, it's just like these people at ESPN that continue to this day, calling us Eastern Carolina. The only thing you got to do is look it up. The only thing you got to do is look up Mike Schwartz and look and say, that's not the guy. This is him. And use that picture.
Google it.
Google it up.
Chad said, Clip, did you not see Chandler's tweet? Do you follow him? Yes, Chad, but I'm not concerned about everything he tweets.
Just like I'm not concerned about everything that he tweets, Chad.
Yeah, I mean, we have lives.
I mean, come on, Chad.
Outside of pie. You know what? You're being a Chad right now.
Chad is being such a Chad.
Yeah. Can I live? A simple question. Can I live? It's a good sigh.
Let him live.
Live and let live. I don't know what you're talking about. Scooter said to join us coming up in hour number
Scott
1.
Rogers.
Patrick Mason, hour 2. And Stephen Igoe, hour 3 of today's program. Let's take a break, Wes. We'll come back. Scott Rogers will join us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. That's on the way. We're talking Pirate baseball and more when we return after this.
This is retired ECU baseball player Charlie Yorgan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, voice of the Pirate Nation.
Arriba, arriba.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites. And coming up on Saturday, March 11th, join Chico's for their 40th anniversary fiesta with music by Purple School Bus and DJ Dog from 1 to 6 in the Chico's parking lot. Brought to you by Minji's Bottling Group, Bud Light, and U.S. Foods. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
With wireless deals, you can't always trust everything you hear. So when we tell you that at US Cellular you can choose from any unlimited default plan and get $500 off any phone with no hidden requirements, you're probably thinking, yeah, right. But that actually is right. Because at US Cellular, you actually can trust everything you hear. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
This is Dr. Andrew Bridgeforth from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Pirate Radio.
This mother is still rocking. We're just glad to be here alive and kicking butt on Pirate Radio. Let's go.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and is an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There is something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Rock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make the day an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Got sports trivia coming up tonight after women's hoops in Minges Coliseum. We're going to head over to Minges after the show, but we'll be ready to go 8 o'clock, maybe 8:15 if you attend the basketball game and want to stay to the end and make the trip over to AJ's. We'll push back start time a little bit, but we'll have a good time tonight at AJ McMurphy's. Joining us now inside the Pirate Radio studios is the play-by-play voice of East Carolina baseball, Scott Rogers, joining us. Scooter, good to see you. Happy baseball season. How you doing, man?
Doing good, Clip. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And if you have a question for Scooter or any of our guests regarding baseball, ECU athletics, you can put those in the Facebook live chat, YouTube, or Twitter. I saw and Scooter, I just welcomed you on, but I'm not going to make you answer this question. I saw an interesting question on social media this week. Would you rather win the series against North Carolina or knock off number 1 Houston Saturday night in Minges? I'm not going to make Scooter answer, but Chandler, I'm going to have you answer. And Wes, you can answer as well. I have my answer.
I mean, we can go. You said win the series or sweep the series?
Win the series.
Ah, man, that makes it tough.
You can only choose one. I'm going hoops. And I thought about it this way. East Carolina loses 3-2 thriller pitcher's duel on Friday. A great game all around. You see both teams are good baseball teams. Pirates come out, win 14-4 on Saturday. It's a party at Clark LeClaire. The jungle's rocking. Everybody's having a good time. And then you lose like 5-4 on Sunday. That's a good series. Unfortunately, you lost the series, but you kind of showed you're a good baseball team. While that's happening, we've got a court storm going on in Minges. You're on Sports Center. You're all over the sports news, social media, everything, because you just knocked off the number 1 team. Mike Schwartz is getting a Gatorade bath. Ezra is on the scores table with his arms raised, and it's an absolute party in Minges Coliseum with Stanford Steve.
And Boom 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 is playing over the PA system.
Boom Boom on a loop.
Now, that's electric. I can just see it right now. Court storming.
So
boom,
that's
boom.
my scenario. Again, it stinks to lose the baseball series, but
East Carolina baseball could bounce back after a series.
I don't want you to piggyback off of what I said. I want your opinion.
I'm going to go with the basketball. Beating number 1 Houston.
You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going baseball.
I'm sticking with basketball.
Thanks for coming in my way, because I would say baseball.
All right, Wes, explain yourself.
Okay. Basketball has its time. It's now time for baseball. Let's go out, get after baseball. I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, I'd much rather watch baseball than basketball.
You're telling me your truth, not the truth.
That's my truth.
All right. It ain't
I'm
the
just telling
truth.
you my truth. Wait, so you're going with baseball?
Are you disrespecting my truth?
No. I'm just telling you flat out. I'd much rather watch baseball on my birthday instead of basketball.
On his birthday.
See, I didn't factor in your birthday. That changes everything.
Yeah, that changes the whole landscape.
The whole dynamic has shifted. All right, but that's the great thing, Wes. We live in what I like to call the United States of America, and we have our opinions.
And we have our own free will.
And our own truths.
And our own truths.
Yep.
Scooter, welcome to the show.
It's a great show.
Thank you.
All right, Scooter will be on the call this weekend for Pirate Baseball and on the call for Women's Hoops tonight, so we'll talk about that as well. But Pirates 3-0 start to the season. That perfect season comes to an end last night in Bowie's Creek in walk-off fashion to the Campbell Fighting Camels. So, Scooter, look, we set it up this way. We knew it would be a tough game. It always is. when you play Campbell, and those guys love to beat the Pirates, and knew it would be a challenge. And boy, from the way the game started, I'm kind of surprised it ended in walk-off fashion. It looked like Campbell was going to put up some runs and potentially run away with this thing, but kudos to the Pirate staff and their bullpen for keeping Campbell bats down for the majority of the 2/3 of that game, and then for the Pirate bats to put some runs on the board.
Yeah, I mean, the start of the game wasn't the best, obviously with the walks in that first inning, and then credit to that bullpen, even though they walked 7 last night and I think hit 6 batters, for that to have been a 1-run game going in. Or for it being a 1-run game and then it going into extra innings, that says how much they battled last night. But, it just wasn't much offense last night, and credit to the Campbell pitchers. I mean, that was 3 really good pitchers from Campbell. Every single pitcher we saw last night was in the low 90s, sometimes in the mid-90s at a lot of points. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good pitching matchup last night, and just not quite enough offense on the Pirates side to come out on top.
The reason we love sports, it is the ultimate reality show. It's not scripted. We can't predict what's going to happen, even though we have sample sizes. But Justin Wilcoxon, 10 hits over the weekend, 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts last night. You really can't explain it. And the way you explain it is just say that it's just baseball and move on. But that's one of those things. And we saw Wilcoxon 0 for 5, Jacob Jenkins-Cower 1 for 5. Some of the big Pirate bats were cool last night.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, that's baseball. And, a lot of those guys might be thinking, hey, maybe we did this just because we didn't see the best pitching over the weekend. But that's not the case. I mean, it was baseball yesterday, and Pirates faced a really good team in Campbell, and one that they're going to get 2 more chances at this year, one at a neutral site and then one later in the year here in Greenville. So they have a chance to get some revenge from last night later in the year, and I have a feeling that the Pirates are going to be wanting that revenge later in the year as well.
Scooter, once again, small sample size, but what has impressed you? Who has stood out? Certainly a lot of candidates here, but how about in your opinion so far?
I think offensively it's clearly Luke Nowak. I mean, no question about it. Not just because of his speed, but the way he's hit the ball right now.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hello, Holt Nailers.
Local politics, man. Sorry, we're contractually obligated to have Holt Nailers on the show once a week.
Gotcha. He just boot me out of the way. Thanks, Clip. Thanks.
All right, back to Scooter. Luke Nowak, great start to see 3 hits last night.
Yeah. I mean, and it shows that it's going to be hard to take him out of that DH spot just because of that speed on the base pass, because with him hitting the ball so well, with him on base, I mean, we saw that last night. The Pirates had a chance to tie the game, and it was strictly because of his speed on the base pass. But I think that's really the biggest surprise of the year so far offensively, because I don't think a lot of people knew that he was going to be hitting the ball this well. We all knew he was fast.
We didn't know he would be in the lineup.
Right.
We had a lot of discussions last week, Igoe and others, about, all right, what's the lineup, who's DHing. I will say this, on the Players Lounge presented by Delcor on Mondays, we talked to veterans of this team, and we asked who's stepping up that maybe we didn't see a lot of last year. And we saw Nowak on the base pass last year, pinch running, but 2 or 3 of them said, look out for Luke Nowak this year. Mm-hmm. So they knew it was coming. We didn't really know it was coming, and he has certainly earned his spot day to day now in this lineup.
Absolutely, and if he keeps hitting the ball this way, it's going to be very tough to take him out of that DH spot. And why would you want to take him out of that DH spot as long as he's hitting the ball? And obviously there's so many more on this Pirate bench that could come off and really assume that DH spot, but there's just no way they could do that right now, especially with his speed and the way he's hitting the ball.
Pitching side, everybody wants to see more of Zach Root after what he did on Saturday, Scooter, as he was heralded, I would say, coming in. We knew his name. We didn't know his game quite yet. But, man, we want to see more of the lefty on the mound.
Absolutely. I mean, what a debut it was for him on Saturday. And we knew that Zach Root was probably going to be pretty good, getting 2 starts in the fall against 2 really good programs. But for him to have that big of a debut, I think really surprised a lot of people. And so it's going to be fun. I'm sure we'll see him at some point this weekend against North Carolina. So it's going to be fun to see him in there against a regional-type team.
And Scooter, I've talked about this. I certainly noticed it. You calling a game, had to notice it. The pace of play this year, it was at a breakneck this past weekend, and that is, I think, a good change for baseball. It seems like if they are going to pay more attention to this pitch clock. The pitchers, most of them certainly like it. They like getting up there moving. Some of the batters are kind of rushed into the batter's box, but certainly made for a better pace.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw that. I think game 2 of the doubleheader Saturday was not even 3 hours, which normally ECU baseball games are at least 3 hours in length. And so I think it is going to be a big emphasis this year. I mean, we've already seen that not just with East Carolina games, but all over college baseball now with them putting that bigger emphasis on the pitch clock. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially, once you get into those midweek games and those late Sunday games on those 3-game series where your pitching is kind of stretched in, to see how that pitch clock affects those games. Because obviously the thing that would take so long in those games are the pitching changes.
Right.
And so when you take that out of the equation, you take the, so many minutes and stuff in between games and in between batters, that sort of thing. I think it's going to be interesting to see how big of a difference it is from last year to this year.
We had a lot of those game 3 of the series against George Washington and 28 runs on the board, 23 of those from ECU. And it was like a 3-hour, 15-minute game, which, it's a long game. But with all those runs, you would assume it would be up in the, 3:30, 4 hours. So I don't know. I've definitely seen a change in that regard. Any other changes this year as far, we know about the celebration deal. Any other changes?
I don't think there's any really big changes. It's mainly just the pitch clock in terms of in-game stuff. And then, as you said, the prop rule, which is I don't agree with.
I know. It stinks. I can't find many people that do agree with it. Let's take a break. We'll go one more segment with Scooter here, hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live. We've got some more people chiming in on, would you rather have a baseball series win over North Carolina or a win over Houston in basketball this Saturday? We'll talk about that and a little women's hoops when we return after this.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The winter sale is in full swing at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. All sale merchandise has been reduced to 1/2 price. There's no better way to say I love you than with a beautiful gift from Russell's. The selection is good and the prices are great. Or perhaps you'd rather select from our new spring arrivals. That includes beautiful jewelry from Julie Voss, E. Newton, and Brackish. Russell's Clothing and the Pirate Nation, a winning combination for creating smiles.
Go Pirates!
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Papa John's just flipped pizza night on its head. This is the new crispy Parm Pizza, and it puts toasted Parmesan where it's never been before, on the bottom. Introducing the crispy Parm Pizza, only from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Pirate Radio.
You know, I think this is a pretty blue-collar, tough, hard-nosed fan base, and that's where our teams are going to be.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. To Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 61,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's go back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Flip Brock.
Thank you, Chan Man. Wes Hines filling in for Shirley Rhodes today. Asked the question earlier, would you rather, you can only pick one, win the baseball series this weekend against North Carolina or beat Houston in hoops on Saturday night? Jansen says baseball series win because can you imagine how insufferable and obnoxious the UNC fans will be if they win the series? No, I can't, Jansen, because I know 200 to 300 UNC basketball fans, and I know 0 UNC baseball fans. So I don't know who would be talking junk because I don't know if they exist, because you can't get Carolina baseball gear at your local store, Walmart. I don't know. I don't hear a lot of baseball chatter from opposing fans. More State than Carolina, but that's me. You had Mike P. says it's got to be knocking off number 1. Well, that's how I feel, but, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, Wes.
That's right.
Especially if it's your birthday. You get double the opinion. Josh Thomas with a creepy question. He says, how was Scooter's walk to class today?
It was good.
Was he in the bushes?
He's like those detectives that sit outside of someone's house.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
He's got a mountain of cigarette butts.
Yeah, he knows where your class building is, and he just sits out there and has binoculars. He's like, there he is.
That's you ever seen You on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's one of these new robots going around.
He's inside one of them.
All right, so you had a good walk to class.
Yeah,
sounds
nice
good.
and warm.
Good to hear. All right, back to baseball in a moment, but Scooter will be on the call tonight for ECU women's hoops. 5 wins in a row, hottest team in the AAC, playing for their 20th win this year, and to move into solo spot of second place in the conference. Big game against Houston tonight, Scooter, and should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's by far the biggest game, I think, in ECU women's history for, going back for so many years. I mean, at least since I've been an ECU fan. For a team that was picked to finish last in the American this year, and now they have a chance to clinch the number 2 seed in the conference tournament, I think is amazing. And if Kim McNeil is not American Conference Coach of the Year, that's almost criminal to me for the job that she and her staff has done this year. And, big credit to these players as well. Obviously, the freshman Amaya Joyner and Danae McNeil, the 2 biggest ones from this team. But from top to bottom, this team has gone out there every single game and done their best job and played very, very hard. And it has come to fruition finally for Kim McNeil, and it's going to be still going that way for the next few years with the talent she's got coming in and the talent she'll have returning from this team.
Now, Scooter, I know you were at baseball this weekend, but when ECU went on that 15-0 run to beat UCF in Minges, but you've seen it this year. I talked to Coach McNeil about it. The fourth quarters, like even tonight, if the team is trailing in the fourth quarter, relax. They'll somehow pull it out. They have been phenomenal down the stretch in games this year, and they were in their 2 wins last week.
Yeah, late in games, they have been really good, especially those fourth quarters. And I know one of her big things is every game they want to hold the other team to at least a single digit in each quarter. And for a lot of games this year, that has been the fourth quarter, which is a big reason why they have come out on top in a lot of games. But they have, so many players that go out and step up sometimes in those games when they're behind. And I think that's one thing about this team is other than Danae McNeil and Amaya Joyner, you have a lot of really good players out there that every single game someone's going to step up and go out there and win that game for ECU.
I've enjoyed hearing you and Coach Rob Maloney on the calls there, Scooter. It's been fun to hear you guys.
It has been. I'm very excited about Rob joining us this year for that, and I believe tonight will be our last broadcast, probably unless we make the WNIT, which I've been pretty certain that's going to happen. But it's really cool to be able to watch those games and broadcast those games because a lot of those programs don't get a ton of media coverage, and so it's great to sit right there courtside and interact with Coach McNeil before every game, and it's really a good program. She does the right things over there, and it's been good to watch this season finally come to fruition and watch her have a really good year.
Speaking of courtside, Chandler and I will be there tonight. We'd love to be courtside. So if you know somebody, if you are that somebody, let your boys know. Hook us up. Hang out with the fellas courtside.
We just want to be cool.
We just want to be part of the cool kids. We want to have feet on hardwood tonight. Feet on wood.
You can do that in the first row of bleachers too, Clip.
I want the real thing, Scooter. I want,
it's not the same, Scooter.
That's true.
I want to be in the ref's ear. I want to get ejected. I want to be that guy tonight.
I want the ref to run right by us and have to hear it from me and Cliff.
Yeah,
right in his ear.
In his ear hole. So DMs are open. You got that courtside spot. Let Chandler and I know. We want to be there. So just throwing it out. I ain't too proud to beg. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Hopefully, you'll get to hear some boom, boom, boom tonight too.
That would really top off my night if I can hear boom, boom, boom. Scooter, North Carolina. What do you know about this group of Tar Heels coming in here?
Pretty good team. They return a lot in terms of starting rotation. They have 3 guys very experienced in their rotation: Max Carlson, Will Sandy, and Connor Bovair. Will Sandy I feel like he's been a Tar Heel for half of my life. He was actually on their 2018 College World Series roster.
Wow.
And he is still there. So there's some pretty good experience in that starting rotation, not necessarily in a starter's role, but they've been at Carolina for a lot of years. And obviously you still got Vance Honeycutt in center field, who's going to be a top 10 pick next year for Tar Heels. And also you still have Mac Horvath at third, who's a really good bat and defensive player as well. But it's going to be a fun series. Obviously 2 really good programs, two programs that will be in the postseason more than likely at the end of the year, and obviously too with the rivalry in between these 2 programs, and it's going to be fun to have them come to Greenville for 2 and then head up to Chapel Hill on Sunday.
Great crowd expected, and man, how about the crowds for opening weekend against George Washington, Scott? That was a lot of fun, man.
It was. That Saturday crowd, I really was not expecting that many people to be there on Saturday, especially for the doubleheader because of the weather. But, it was awesome. I looked out in the jungle and at the start of that game 1, and I swear I think it was 3 to 4 rows deep out there. And it's been a while since I've seen that, especially on opening weekend. You don't really see that unless it's June out there. And so credit the Pirate Nation this weekend, and obviously we need another big crowd this weekend for the Tar Heels.
Scott Rogers joining us, play-by-play voice, ECU baseball. Will be on the call for some women's hoops tonight as well when they take on Houston. Scott, thanks for joining us, man, and looking forward to some more baseball chats with you this season.
Absolutely. Thank you, Clip.
Thanks, bud. All right, well, myself, Scooter, maybe you out there listening, be hanging out with Stanford Steve from ESPN this weekend. There's a chance. We'll tell you about that. Also hear some Mike Houston audio and what Kim McNeil said yesterday about facing these Houston Cougars when we return on Pirate Radio Live, hour number 2 on the way. Patrick Mason joins us as well. A lot more to go. Back with you after this.
University Book Exchange, UPE-ECU. University Book Exchange. University Book Exchange, UPE-ECU. University Book Exchange.
Take control of your health today with Arc Point Labs. Looking to lose weight? Have you tried everything possible and nothing is working? Sometimes a hormone imbalance can be the underlying cause to weight issues that dieting and exercise can't fix alone. A simple blood test at Arc Point Labs can provide insight to your weight loss goals. Visit arcpointlabs.com today or call 629-6228 to get an appointment. Arc Point Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit arcpointlabs.com.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bone. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, D&D Advertising has the new 2023 baseball schedules ready, and you can pick them up at these fine business locations: Uptown Brewing Company, Wally 2 Kettle Corn, Phoenix Sign Pros, JTG Professional Window Tint, Auto Repair Center, 3HC Home Health and Hospice Center, Parrot Hardwood Floors LLC, Battle Electrical Services, Brock's Specialty Company Concrete, Pirate Pest Management LLC, Carolina Paint and Power Wash, Harris and Flores Plumbing LLC, Clean Pro Exteriors, East Carolina Unlimited LLC, Over the Top Sweet Shop, Dorothy Crisfield First Class, Core Supply and Rentals, Vape MD, and Easy Traveling Incorporated. Please patronize these fine businesses as they are an asset to the community. D&D Advertising Enterprises is not licensed, affiliated with, or endorsed by any university, sports institution, or program unless specifically stated in writing. No proceeds from any of the funds collected for your ad will be given to any educational institution or sports team. We are not responsible for any schedule changes made after printing.
Papa John's just flipped pizza night on its head. This is the new crispy Parm Pizza, and it puts toasted Parmesan where it's never been before, on the bottom. Introducing the crispy Parm Pizza, only from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here. Just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case, cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. Listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit familianc.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now back to PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Chan Man. Wes Hines here as well, filling in for Shirley Rhodes on this lovely Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. If you're checking us out on YouTube, we have 18 more viewers than we have likes at the moment, and that is just not cutting the mustard. So,
Wes, what do we have to do?
Wes, tell these people what's going on.
You got to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and tell everybody. Share it with somebody. Tell them you're listening to Pirate Radio Live right now.
Right now. Don't wait.
And tell them your friends to get online so we can get more folks to subscribe.
Tell your enemies.
And everything like
Tell
that.
people you don't like.
Exactly.
Call that family member you haven't talked to in 7 years and just say...
Tell them that you love them, and then tell them subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube.
Yes.
And hit the like button.
That's right.
We've gained 2 more likes, and now we have 17 more viewers than we have likes. What are y'all waiting for? Do you want me to beg? Do you want me to sing a song? Do you want me to take my shirt off? I mean, what do I got to do to get you to hit the like button? It's a simple task. Very easy.
Mike P says, just hit the like? I prefer to smash.
I mean, however you want to do it, it's kind of your own way. You can hit, you can smash, you can...
Pound it.
Is a good thing to do. Smack it.
Smack that thing.
Yeah.
Smack that sub.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Slap it.
Slap it. Back slap it.
Slap it.
You can go open hand forward. You can go back.
Backhand that thing.
You can punch. Uppercut that like.
Boom. Spine them.
Haymaker.
Going to have the like and subscribe button going spinal.
My back is broken.
My button's broken.
Spinal. All right. Stanford Steve is a fan of Holton Ahlers and East Carolina. Has been for a long time. I listened to Stanford Steve and the Bear podcast, which, by the way, the Bear is now on Fox. He is no longer with ESPN.
Right.
But I would listen to that podcast weekly. They talk about ECU and Holton Ahlers, and I'd always play that audio on the show. Since then, you've seen Stanford Steve several times on Scott Van Pelt Sports Center. He's always wearing a blazer, and under that, he's wearing a hockey sweater, a vintage tee, something. But he's worn Pirate Radio gear before. He's worn a lot of ECU shirts on the air before. Scott Van Pelt, also a Pirate, not supporter, but shouter outer, if you will. So they are both big fans of the purple and gold, the no quarter. And last night on SportsCenter, they broke the news that Stanford Steve would be coming to town, apparently. Wes, hit that.
There is America's Stanford Steve. This is Bad Beach, but I just quickly have a travel announcement to make. Let people know where you're going to be this weekend. There is America's Stanford Steve. This is Bad Beach, but I just quickly have a travel announcement to make. Let people know where you're going to be this weekend.
Greenville, North Carolina. Big weekend.
No quarter.
It's happening.
If he's not an elected official by the end of the weekend, you all have failed as a municipality. Figure it out.
So if you see the big bald head of Stanford Steve around the area, say hello. Drop him an ARG, a no quarter, and hopefully he'll have a good time and enjoy his time here in Greenville.
I know he's been talking about coming here for a long time, checking out Sup Dogs, and very excited for Stanford Steve to see a really great atmosphere with both ECU baseball and hopefully Minges' pack for – that's assuming that he goes to the basketball game. I mean, he's got a couple of things he can go to between ECU versus Carolina in baseball, and then East Carolina hosting for the first time ever in history the number one team in the country, the Houston Cougars.
The Houston Cougars. Well said, Chandler.
Houston Cougars.
That's the one. Hopefully we can get him in here at Pirate Radio, trying to work to.
He's wore one of our shirts before, the 51st State shirt.
If you and Wes had a grammar off, who do you think would win?
Who do you think?
That'd be a good ball game.
Grammar off.
Yeah, just I don't know. Just you guys keep saying sentences over and over again. And we had like English professors in here.
Like
I was flunk.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You did pretty good on that one. All right, we got Mike Houston audio.
Mm-hmm.
So this was on
early already.
ECU's football account, and mat drills. What are mat drills, Chandler?
To be honest with you, I've always heard it. I've never known the exact.
Did long snappers not participate in mat drills?
No.
So basically, this is, I think I've heard Mike Houston explain, it's just, conditioning drills without a football. There's no football. It's all conditioning, getting the body right, the winter workouts, all that before spring practice officially begins. But he is addressing his team, and I got to say, I know it's February and got a hoops game coming up and a big baseball series, but got me fired up for some Pirate football. Mike Houston can tend to do that when he goes into his speeches. Let's hear what he had to say to the team.
Who had the hardest time with mat drill today on the first day? The big guys. The big guys always do the first day. Okay, that's just the way it is every year. Okay, but to see a guy finish like that, that inspires people, right?
Yes, sir.
But the one thing about it is, everything out here is a mindset, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you watch the guys that dominated today. Those guys have a certain kind of mindset. Most of them are veterans. Most of them have been through the wars. Because everybody talks about they want to be great. They want to be the guy. They're a dog. I'm going to make it to the league. That's all talk. There ain't no damn talk out here, right? You either do it or you don't. And you can't be fake. Your actions and your words have to match up.
That's
no damn talk around here.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
And he had the team locked in and listening to every word he said, and I like it. It got me jacked up for some Pirate football.
He does a really good job of, especially those pregame speeches. I remember when we first hired Mike Houston, I was, of course, looking him up and seeing what kind of videos, maybe interviews. When I looked him up, the things that popped up were his pregame speeches when he was at James Madison. Maybe there was a couple when he was at the Citadel, but there was one at James Madison where he talked about locking the key and throwing away the key. Oh man, if you have to look it up. He does a really good job of pumping these guys up, and he's got them locked in with his culture.
I think he wanted to lock the gate.
What did I say? Lock the key.
Yep, he did.
Lock the
Wes
gate.
heard you.
Lock the gate. throw away the key.
There it is.
Amen. Finally.
Amen. Mike Houston, by the way, I know you enjoy our Delcor Players Lounge with baseball, and you'll be having those chats throughout the season. Chandler and I talking hoops daily on the show. We've got a basketball watch along when the AAC tournament rolls around.
Sir,
but
ready for that.
For those of you saying, "Hey, where's the off-season football talk?" Hold your horses.
Just hey,
I want you to
hang tight,
rally up those horses, hold them, because a week from today, all those questions will be answered.
Just hang tight.
1 week
Hold up.
from today.
Slow your roll.
You'll know exactly what we're doing, and you'll be very excited
You'll
about
be
it.
pleased.
Very pleased.
You'll be satisfied.
Yep. What do you think, Wes?
What do you think, Wes? The people are going to be satisfied, and their questions are going to be answered.
Whatever.
Whatever.
All right.
That's when you should play the WI whatever.
Whatever. And finally, on our Flight by Yingling ECU practice report, the next generation of light beer, Flight by Yingling. Don't just raise the glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Wherever beer is sold, you can pick that up and enjoy it. Kim McNeil joined us on Pirate Radio Live yesterday and talked about what she would be facing with this Houston team coming into Minges at 6 o'clock later on this Wednesday. Wes, let's hear what Kim McNeil had to say. Coach, this is the Houston team that knocked off South Florida, so kind of pulled the upset there to give the Bulls their only loss of the year in conference play, and this will be your first look at the Cougars. So what do you expect from them coming up on Wednesday night?
It's going to be a really tough game, Cliff. You got two teams that, really pride themselves on the defensive end of the floor, but in a different way. They're going to pick us up from the time that ball goes through the rim. They're going to get in our face, full court press, try to trap us, try to make us play faster than what we want to play, deny ball reversals, deny pinch entries. So the most important thing in this game is we got to stay poised. We got to break the press, and then we got to be poised, in the half court and not allow them to speed us up. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to turn the ball over because they do a really good job of doing that. But they can't rack up. They can't be 2, 3, 4 turnovers in a row. And then for us on the defensive end, we've got to cause havoc too. We've got to make it tough for them. They've got a really good guard in Blair who dropped 30 when they did beat South Florida at South Florida. So we got to do a really, really good job of containing her. They got another good guard in Anya that shoots the 3-ball very well. So we've got to do what we do on defense and stay composed on the offensive floor.
Big-time matchup for second place in the American, East Carolina and Houston, 6 o'clock, Minges Coliseum on Wednesday night. The Pirates have won 5 in a row, hottest team in the conference, and looking to finish this regular season strong. Kim McNeil, thank you so much for joining us. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you out at Minges on Wednesday.
Thank you for having me. And Pirate Nation, we need you Wednesdays. Free admission for everybody, so no excuses. Go Pirates.
There you go. You heard it from the coach. No excuses. I will be there. Chandler will be there. Patrick Mason will be there. And you should be there, too. Going to have a lot of fun. And if you have courtside seats, let Chandler and I know because we want to be courtside. I want these Adidases on the wood, on the hardwood, on the playing surface. I want to be standing. I want to be shouting at referees. I want to be clapping up the players.
Can you show those shoes off again, please?
I want to be doing 3-point celebrations, maybe goggles, maybe a bow and arrow, maybe a little J.R. Smith, maybe Carmelo, whatever it may be.
We can do celebrations together.
Together?
Together. We can literally do our 3-point celebration.
You might be asking, what am I getting if I get Clip and Chandler courtside? It's like free entertainment. First of all, it's a couple of sports guys, so we know the rules. We know what happens. We can explain what's happening on the court to you.
I had a visual. You don't want to. You don't want to know my visual.
Oh, now I do.
Dumb and Dumber.
We'll wear suits like Lloyd Christmas and Harry. Harry. What was Harry's last name? What was Harry's last name in Dumb and Dumber? Somebody tell me. Lloyd Christmas and who? Let me know.
Harry Dunning.
Chris asking, have you guys been drinking? I haven't. Chandler did yesterday. Got drunk before the show.
Sure did. That was fun.
But not today. Pam Brock says, I wanted the basketball players lounge. Well, Pam, you can't always get what you want.
Too bad.
Too dang bad. Go, find another show. Sorry, Mom. Love you.
That is Clip Small. Love you, Miss Pam.
You know what? Delete your Facebook. Never listen to the show again. Love you, Mom. Sorry, didn't mean that.
Go kick rocks. Never want to see your name pop up in our comment sections again. Sorry, Miss Pam. Love you.
Not coming over for Easter Sunday. Never talking to you again. Love you. Can I borrow $20?
How about I give you a warm glass of shut the hell up? Sorry, Miss Pam. I love you. Sorry, please forgive me.
Chandler and I are ready to experience the game, and we want to give you the experience of a lifetime. All we're asking for is you give us your courtside seats.
It really is fun to watch a game with me and Clip Brock.
It truly is a life-changing experience. You'll look at life with a line before you watch the game courtside with Clip and Chandler and after. And everything that happens after will be much better than it was before.
Now, there's a good chance that whoever's listening to us right now, maybe everybody that's listening to us right now doesn't have courtside seats. But guess what? You might know somebody that has courtside seats.
Sure.
So don't just count yourself out because don't think that you're not going to make a contribution to us.
Right.
You can still make a contribution if you know somebody that sits courtside at ECU women's basketball games. Contact them now and tell them, hey, Clip and Chandler want courtside seats.
That's right. And if you're one of those people, it's likely that I don't associate with you because I only associate with people that have courtside seats. Like, if you look at my contacts, I don't even have Chandler in my phone because he doesn't have courtside seats. What do I want with Chandler? What can he do for me? Nothing. So, point being, we'd appreciate it if you were able to connect us with somebody. We're not saying we're going to be friends with you necessarily, but we will be friends with that person with courtside seats. What do you think, Wes?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Because if I say anything, it'll probably be wrong. So I just keep my mouth shut.
Courtside seats. That's all I'm saying.
Courtside.
Yeah, courtside.
Not second row I did. Like I tried to do. I tried to get Clip a little gift last year and say, hey, we're going to go courtside.
That was nice. That was nice.
It was a little nice gesture.
It was a stocking stuffer. It wasn't necessarily
it was a tease. It was a big tease for Clip. I shouldn't have told him it was courtside. I should have told him it was second row on the court. But I'm sorry, but we're actually I'm trying to make that up to him tonight.
Yeah.
And get courtside seats.
Courtside seats.
Courtside seats.
That's all we want. DMs are open. Maybe DMs are down. I'm not receiving any right now.
I just saw my phone light up, and I think somebody just called me. That could mean nothing, but it could be somebody. It could be one of you guys out there.
Okay.
How you got my number, I don't know. But if you're calling me about courtside seats, then I'm going to answer the phone.
Well, let's take a break.
Courtside seats.
We'll talk to Patrick Mason. Now, Patrick, for women's games, are you able to get courtside? Patrick is up in 213 at the very tip top.
See ya. Get on out of here.
We have no reason to talk to you.
Don't need you here.
I had you on today because I thought you could get me courtside. Maybe I could be your plus one. All right. Hit us up with courtside seats. We'll take a break, come back. Patrick Mason joins us. Man, we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk women's hoops, men's hoops, baseball, and we'll find out how Wes feels about soup. Patrick Mason, big soup guy. What does Wes think? We'll find out after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the #1 selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Bud Light was brewed to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard, like when you're working late and happy hour has already started, but you're about to clock out and head over. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 five-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
Listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency for maximizing opportunities to minimizing risks. Town's Insurance Advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Be our table side here, hopefully courtside, coming up in an hour and a half at Minji's. DM's still open, DM's still empty at the moment.
What are we going to do if we don't get courtside?
We're gonna
Are we going to riot?
Nah. I'm a peaceful guy.
Peaceful protest?
Yeah, I'm going to go sit on the court. What if we just walk up there, Chandler, like we are supposed to be there? Because sometimes if you act like you're supposed to be there,
what are they going to do? Kick us out?
Nobody will ask any questions. You know what I mean? Maybe we pull that tonight and see what happens.
Go home and get into some suits and act like we're important.
We belong? Yeah, maybe so. Hey, honey, get my best suit ready.
I'm going courtside.
And the hat. I want the hat that goes with the suit. A top hat.
I want to get a cane. I'm going to get it like a cane.
So we're going to be like...
I'm going to look like the penguin.
We're going to be... monocle. All right, I guess I'll dress up as Batman. Look, if we look ridiculous enough, too, they probably won't ask questions.
You be Batman, and I be Robin. Holy ECU women's basketball, Batman.
Patrick Mason joins us. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, guys.
What's up, P. Mason?
How's it going?
Doing pretty good. You guys are going to stick out way more in suits than you would anything else.
What's the courtside sitch for women's hoops, Patrick? What you think we could blend?
Yeah, I think you guys are ready to rock just like this. You got the purple on. I mean, you're set. That's all you need.
Yeah, Chandler looks like he's ready to play golf. I look like Pirate superfan.
Yeah.
And so there you go. So a lot going on. Did you go to Bowie's Creek?
I did. Yeah.
How's the trip to Bowie's Creek?
It's fine. You just go down 95, and I mean, it's a pretty straight shot. But good weather, you know. It was a good baseball day. Press box is super tiny. Like everywhere I go, I just keep reminding myself like how good of facilities ECU has. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Nice field, but it's a tiny press box.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the turf in baseball?
It's weird. Like, there's something off about it. I don't know if I like it. Like, it just feels like you're playing on grass. I mean, not grass. Like, I mean, I guess turf. But everything just seems like it slips and slides awkwardly. Like Luke Nowak, when he stole third, he slid like 10 feet. I mean, he's going so fast. But it's just a weird thing to get used to.
The game itself did not get off to the best of starts, nor did Hodges. As the starter, Danny Beal came in, was looking pretty good, and then hung one, and that one got taken out. And it's 4-0 at that point. And you're like, uh-oh, this one could get out of hand. But from that point on, Pirates got some good pitching out of the bullpen. Bats came up. Campbell gave ECU some help in the field with some misplays. But it turned into a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, it was a really good ball game, and there was a lot of intense moments. You know, it just felt like one of those games where your heart's beating, and you're like, man, why do I feel like this in February? But it was one of those times where, bases loaded situations for both teams, and yeah, it was fun. The crowd was really into it, so it definitely felt like a really important baseball game for being number 4 in the year.
It went pretty quickly over the weekend as far as the game goes. I've talked to a lot of people about the pace of play. Last night's game went a little longer than the ones this weekend, but did you notice the pace last night like you did this weekend? This weekend, I mean, guys, if they weren't in the box, they were a day late and a dollar short. You had to hurry up in there.
Yeah, we even had a pitch timer warning yesterday, which was the first thing I've seen all year. I mean, it felt like rapid fire. Like, get the ball, throw it, get the ball, throw it. And it was definitely weird because, last year was my first full year covering ECU baseball. And, after every single pitch, an ECU batter is taking his foot out, looking over at Cliff, and he's, doing his signs and doing the whole thing. And there's really, like, none of that, It's just, like, get in the box, and here comes the next pitch. So it was, I don't know, I kind of liked it, but it was definitely kind of weird. It didn't feel like the baseball we're used to.
Patrick, we've seen 4 games now. Pirates with a 3-1 record. What has stood out to you about this team so far?
Actually, I think the bullpen, aside from, they put on 13 guys yesterday, hit 6 batters, walked 7, so that wasn't that great. But some of the guys coming out of the bullpen just have really live arms. I think he has a lot of options. I mean, a lot of special, Tyler Bratt, Willie Lumpkin, they both look great. So I think there's just a ton of good options out of the bullpen. We'll see what, starting pitching looks like coming up this week, but I really liked how the bullpen looks. And the offense, yesterday was the first time they faced velocity like that. Like Campbell they had a guy throw a 97, their starter was sitting 93, 94. I mean, we didn't see any of that from George Washington over the weekend. I don't think anything like that at all. So, but I guess my early takeaways, I really like the bullpen. I like the pitching. And, the offense, they'll come around.
Yeah, they will. And a lot of depth on this team. And Cliff was able to get in a lot of guys over the weekend. We saw Dixon Williams get 2 at-bats, 2 hits. Cam Burgess got an AB. Saw a lot of Justin Wilcoxon, but When Ryan McChrystal hopefully can heal up, we'll see. So you'll have more options at the catcher position. But Cam Clonch coming in, I think started one game, but he was able to homer. So just a lot of options on that offense and in the field for Cliff Calvin.
Yeah, all over the place. I mean, he can, plug and play at shortstop a little bit. Obviously, Cam Clonch comes in for Moylan at first, he did as he did yesterday. And yeah, just a lot of bats. I mean, I don't think there's any sort of issue. If he goes to a pinch hitter, you're not thinking like, oh man, what's going to happen here. I think you got faith in a lot of guys, and I think that's really fun when you have that trust in a lot of guys.
Looking forward to the weekend series against North Carolina. They'll roll into town Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday here in Greenville. Sunday at Chapel Hill. You going to make that trip to Chapel Hill?
Yeah, that's the plan.
You're all over the place.
Yeah. Following baseball everywhere.
So Saturday, are you, if it goes on as scheduled, weather permitting, are you doing the double dip?
Yeah, because that's what I did last week with the women's game, and I don't know. What time is that Houston game for basketball? But
that's at 8.
Okay, yeah. So we'll be a long day.
Long day for PMACE, and long fun day hopefully for Pirate fans as we get the North Carolina baseball, Houston basketball doubleheader coming up this Saturday. Speaking of Pirate hoops, how about the win last night for East Carolina? I've seen a lot of people say it wasn't the prettiest game they've ever watched in college basketball history, but ends in a win for the Pirates.
Yeah, and I guess my takeaway, I think Jaden Walker, the last couple games, just really balling out on offense, man. He's playing great. So he's been fun to watch, and yeah, I mean, ECU figured it out. I was kind of following along with the baseball yesterday. But just a good second half and just able to pull that out. I mean, it doesn't have to be the prettiest, right? I mean, just find a way to win, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and they beat a struggling team. They got down by at least 7. Might have been the largest lead, I believe, for Tulsa. But were able to come back, win that game, get win number 5 in conference play. And you got some tough ones left, obviously, with Houston, 2 against Tulane, and at UCF. And we'll have Mike Schwartz availability tomorrow, correct? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Has he been asked about the Tulane makeup date yet? Because that is a heck of a schedule going into a conference tournament.
Right, and it's a day or 2 days after they already play them. So it's tough, but I don't know. It's just what that situation did. It's just tough to do that, but. To my knowledge, I don't know if he's talked about that quick turnaround, but yeah, that's something.
Chandler, I'm sure somebody will bring it up. If not, can you ask that question tomorrow?
Yeah, it was that 1, 3, 5. Yeah, so 3 games in 5 days.
Yep, and then you're going to a format where if you win, you're going to play every day.
Yeah.
So I think, is today or is it next week? Igoe said we're allowed to start. Yeah, this is it. This is the day. So coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to start looking at the standings, what time ECU would play in the conference tournament. We'll hit the March Madness theme and start getting excited about brackets.
Hey, man, it's coming up.
I love it. Let's go. So we'll do that later on in today's program. Pirates and Houston. Houston has Tulane tonight, so if they can get by that one, they'll be feeling good coming up Saturday night. And for the first time ever, East Carolina hosting the number 1 team in the country.
I was gonna say that's so cool that they're number 1 right now. It's just fun. I mean, to have a number 1 team here in your backyard, it's just awesome.
Have you looked at the numbers against ranked opponents, Patrick, for ECU basketball?
Not recently.
All right, good. Let me pull that up if I can find it here.
Like historical rankings you're talking about? Yeah. I haven't done that yet.
How many wins does ECU have against AP ranked opponents since, and this is not the thread, I'm going to have to find it, since 1960 against ranked opponents?
So what is that, like 50, 60 years? So 60 years, 1960.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 4.
That is correct.
Really?
Yeah, that's all right. Wow. You're better at that than I thought you'd be. They beat Northeastern in like the 80s when they were ranked. 2 against Marquette in the same calendar year with Dwayne Wade. And then the game against Houston a couple years ago when nobody was there except Brian Bailey and Morgan Ehlers. So those are the only wins against ranked opponents.
Wow.
That is crazy to think about. We went over their wins over their games against number 1 ranked teams. They've played NC State a couple times when they were ranked number 1 and Duke a couple of times when they were ranked number 1. And didn't go well for the Pirates in any of those games.
I wonder if during Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame speech he brings that up and regrets losing. If it's still getting under his skin. But
if I'm Dwayne Wade and I had all those championships and Final Four run and marry the beautiful actress that's his wife. The one thing that I would be thinking about is those games in Minges.
Me too, man. That would eat me up.
Especially when, I mean, sorry to use the phrase teabag on the air, but one of those situations happened when Derek Wiley put one on him in Minges Coliseum. So he probably still has nightmares about that.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's sleeping well.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go with Patrick Mason. We'll talk a little women's hoops. We'll talk some soup and more. Back with more on Pirate Radio Live after this. Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites. And coming up on Saturday, March 11th, join Chico's for their 40th anniversary fiesta with music by Purple School Bus and DJ Dog from 1 to 6 in the Chico's parking lot. Brought to you by Minges Bottling Group, Bud Light, and U.S. Foods. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in our community and region. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
This is Holt Nailers. I've been eating at Parker's Barbecue since I was a kid. Now, all these years later, I still love to eat at Parker's. In fact, I love it so much, I bring my entire offensive line with me. They protect me, and I look out for them with great food from Parker's Barbecue. So whether you bring the team like me or just your friends and family, the awesome barbecue, chicken, and seafood at Parker's is a win every time. Parker's Barbecue, where they always treat you like family.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Hey Pirate fans, D&D Advertising has the new 2023 baseball schedules ready, and you can pick them up at these fine business locations: Uptown Brewing Company, Wally 2 Kettle Corn, Phoenix Sign Pros, JTG Professional Window Tint, Auto Repair Center, 3HC Home Health and Hospice Center, Parrot Hardwood Floors LLC, Battle Electrical Services, Brock's Specialty Company Concrete, Pirate Pest Management LLC, Carolina Paint and Power Wash, Harris and Flores Plumbing LLC, Clean Pro Exteriors, East Carolina Unlimited LLC, Over the Top Sweet Shop, Dorothy Crisfield First Class, Core Supply and Rentals, Vape MD, and Easy Traveling Incorporated. Please patronize these fine businesses as they are an asset to the community. D&D Advertising Enterprises is not licensed, affiliated with, or endorsed by any university, sports institution, or program unless specifically stated in writing. No proceeds from any of the funds collected for your ad will be given to any educational institution or sports team. We are not responsible for any schedule changes made after printing.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates.
This is Josh Gross, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, filling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Thank you, Chandler. Chandler, how good are you at your video production job?
I'm all right.
Are you good enough to get a picture of Dom Capers up on the video feed?
Yes.
Okay, from today.
Yes.
Tell me when you're ready, and we'll discuss that. Because I want to talk about that. We'll talk soup while you're doing that. Patrick Mason, big soup fan. Wes, this guy is such a maniac. He enjoys eating soup on the beach, hot soup on the beach.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. While wearing jeans. But Patrick, you said we got an update in the store. You recently had a bowl of soup.
Yeah, yesterday. It was a cream of broccoli with some saltine crackers in there, and it was great.
Cream of broccoli. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Wes, how do you feel about soup?
I like it like that, with where you got to take the crackers and you put it in there, and it actually makes it from liquid to solid.
Okay, there you go.
Little science behind the soup. There you go.
Different state of matter.
There is your soup update with Patrick Mason. How about like soups that come in a powder, and then they form into a soup when you add the liquid?
I don't know if I've tried that.
Did I just make that up?
No, you didn't.
Okay, thank you. All right,
I've done like the condensed soup, I guess, where you add some milk to it and get it going. But
Chandler, how you doing over there on that Dom Capers homework assignment? Good. All right, good. Let us know when you're ready to go. Come on, huh?
I'm ready.
We're ready right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So earlier today, Chandler informed me that the Panthers staff is complete and Dom Capers is back. He was their first ever head coach. Are you familiar with Dom Capers?
Is he like a Packers
defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Been around forever. Again, the first Panthers head coach back in Carolina. But man, the story of the day was Dom Capers' hair. And I'm going to have Chandler pull it up on the video. Oh, there it is.
Oh, boy.
So now folks at home can see what we're talking about. How would you go about describing that?
It reminds me of, I was actually watching a Seinfeld episode where George adds some hair to his bald head, and that reminds me of that.
Yeah. I've seen other people say it looks like when you create a white player on like NBA 2K and the hair texture just isn't quite right.
I mean, just like the edge, like oh my goodness.
He's got a perfect line.
He's not fooling anybody with that.
And that can't be his color at this point in his life.
No.
Chandler, how do you feel about that man coaching your team?
I mean, man.
Oh, boy.
I tell you what, it's great. You're bringing back Frank Wright, your first ever quarterback, and now you're bringing back old man Dom Capers, who was your first ever head coach.
Who's a great football coach.
Yeah, in franchise history. I heard him say today that when he got the job for the Panthers in that inaugural season, I believe a reporter asked him, hey, what are you going to do at the age of like 72? What are you going to be doing? He was like, I'm going to be coaching. And that's exactly what he's doing. So, I mean, yeah, he's got an interesting look to him.
I wish they'd have said, what kind of hair will you have when you're 72?
It's basically, look, if you go back to like his early years, it's the same format. It's the same landscape.
It was not lined like that.
It's definitely not lined like that because I think it's fake.
Chad says a spray on. It does resemble kind of a Carlos Boozer spray hair.
Didn't I say that it was like it looked like someone took marker and just like drew it on his head?
But they had a ruler because they drew it at a perfect line.
Yeah, it's just like a Photoshop, like, drag and click and drop. And
like, I'm over here laughing at the man, but look at my hair. Maybe I should go see his barber and say, hey, line me up.
Give me the capers.
I want the Dom.
Give me the Dom.
Oh, boy.
What do you want? The Brad Pitt? The Matt Damon? No. I want the Dom Capers.
Matt Damon.
Give me the Dom. Have you seen, Patrick, the trailer for the Nike movie that's coming out?
Yeah, it's like where they sign MJ sort of. Like, yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like, so it's not really a sports movie. Would I be interested in it? But the trailer looked awesome because they've got Matt Damon, they've got, I think, Affleck, and Patrick Bateman has become I'll watch anything with Patrick Bateman.
Jason Bateman?
Yep. Patrick Bateman is the name of the serial killer in Christian Bale.
Wow.
What's that movie? American Psycho.
Okay, yeah.
I think his name is Patrick Bateman.
What a difference.
Jason Bateman. Thank you for correcting me on that. Also, I'm that way now with Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Because The Last of Us is really good. He was great in Game of Thrones.
Narcos? He's the Narcos?
Yeah, and he's the Mandalorian guy.
Yeah.
So he is...
he's good.
He's getting it done right now. Chad adds that Chris Tucker is in it as well.
What?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So he's making a comeback a little bit. I mean, he was incredible in Rush Hour.
Smokey?
Yeah, and...
that run of Smokey to Rush Hour?
Yep.
Chris Tucker was on top of the world.
And what's that Sixth Element with Bruce Willis? He was in there too, I think.
I want to say there was 5 of them, Patrick.
But then he just fell off the face of the earth. Like, he was the biggest movie star in the world for a while.
Fifth Element.
Yeah, Fifth Element. What did I say? Sixth Element?
Yep.
Too many elements.
You were one off, and I was a Patrick off from Jason. But that's why we're here to pick each other up.
That's right. We even out.
Wes, who's your favorite actor? John Wayne?
Let's see.
Remember John Wayne Bobbitt?
No, I don't. But I would
He had an
say
incident.
that I'll say this. I told Chandler a while ago. There was another couple that y'all reminded me of being in baseball. I'll say Will Ferrell.
Okay.
And
Step Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, good enough.
Can you imagine? I know I'm messing the flow of the show.
We have no flow.
All right, but
Dom Capers. I was gonna say
Dom Capers does.
Dom Capers flow.
But think about it now.
Yeah.
I was talking about Dumb and Dumber. How about y'all being Will Ferrell and
John C. Reilly?
Yeah.
Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you? So which one would you be? Will Ferrell.
All right, you can pick for me. Chandler, you got anything?
I'll be John C. Reilly.
All right, fair enough. By the way, Wes, have you ever met Patrick?
No, I haven't.
I'm sorry I didn't introduce y'all.
Wes.
Wes is kind of the backbone of Pirate Radio. If we have a problem, we call Wes. He fixes it immediately, and then unfortunately causes a different problem somewhere else. He plugs the hole in the dam, and then 2 more open up.
Yep.
But guess what? He fixes them. So he is the
and
fixer.
then 4 more open up.
And it's just a never-ending cycle, which is brilliant by Wes.
He knows how to stay busy.
Job security.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you create the problems nobody else can fix, guess who's getting the call? You. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
But I actually met Wes when I was, before I entered the transfer portal and went to ECU. I was at Pitt Community College and was getting into radio, and I met Wes before Pirate Radio. We go back a long ways.
What was your first impression of each other?
I thought, this is the man I want to be one day.
I thought this kid's got a good future ahead.
Oh, that's nice to say, Wes. Thank you, man.
And Step Brothers too.
As a complete moron. John Wayne Bobbitt. Y'all don't know who that is?
No.
I don't know the Bobbitt.
He's famous for one of the worst things that could possibly happen to you on this earth.
Uh-oh.
No.
Get murdered?
I didn't think.
No.
I didn't think that his wife did that to him.
Well, who did you think did it?
I mean, I didn't know what his name was. It was never said what her husband's name was.
Well, sure it was, because I remember it.
I don't.
He had his winky cut off by his wife.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
All right, back to sports.
Please.
Nice transition.
Women's hoops tonight, Patrick. For those of us, like myself, going to a game for the first time this year, what should we expect to see from this Pirate team against a very good Houston team?
Well, they are. Both these teams are almost mirror images of each other in a way where I think ECU is number 2 in the country in forced turnovers and enforcing turnovers, and Houston is number 3. And they essentially both just have phenomenal defenses. So you're just going to see a lot of players in each other's faces, just trying to force turnovers and really get into you. It's really just going to be who can manage turnovers, I think, better, and who can just kind of control the ball and limit mistakes. Because ECU, that's their forte. They really just pummel teams. I mean, you just really don't want to face them. Like anything you plan to do offensively, East Carolina is going to find a way to disrupt it. And that's exactly how Houston plays, and that's how they ended up beating South Florida earlier this year. So it's just going to be kind of like a really grinded out kind of basketball game, I foresee.
All right, over under turnovers tonight for both teams, 32.5.
Like combined?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going way over.
Because I think you have said that East Carolina, Kim McNeil wants to force, 20 a game?
Yeah, I mean, they're averaging about 25 or 26 a game forcing.
Jeez Louise.
And like I said, they're number 2 in the country, and Houston's number 3, so they're right there as well. So, I mean, we could see, maybe 40, 50 turnovers. I mean, that's also East Carolina doesn't turn it over that much, but, I mean, that's what both teams want to do, So yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess I say that, and people might be picturing just like this brutal game of just the ball going everywhere. But I mean, I think both these teams also know how to handle that because they do that. So it's going to be a little bit cleaner.
Practice.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit cleaner, but that's definitely what both teams are going to try to do.
All right, looking forward to it tonight. East Carolina looking for win number 20, trying to move into second place in the American. I asked Kim McNeil about that scheduling quirk, Patrick, that I know you brought up, and she said that she would rather obviously stay hot, play games, but you can only control what you can control. She said after this weekend, when they wrap up the regular season, she'll come up with a plan, talk to the team about that. But they are going to have a full week and a few days off, especially if they're going to have that first round bye, which is another day. So it's almost like a week and a half without a game, and you got to get right back hot. Because, the Pirates can make the WNIT, but to make the tournament, they're going to have to win their conference tournament. So you're going to be all ramped up, potentially ending the season on a 7-game win streak, and then sitting for a week and a half.
Yeah, then you just got to power it down. I mean, so Houston's played, I think, 2 fewer games in conference play, and it's just so weird. But I guess that just means throughout the year, ECU's just been, routinely 2 games a week, just going and going. Some teams have had some time off. So I guess it depends, when that, bye week comes for you. But yeah, it is a little weird, like you said, you want to be playing your best basketball and then you got to shut it down for 10 days.
All right. Chad said that Chris Tucker was in a movie called Money Talks with Charlie Sheen. He said, that's where I learned what the word fat stood for. I didn't know fat stood for anything. So back in the 90s, kids,
like PH,
things that were cool were fat with a PH. And I guess Chris Tucker said in that movie it was pretty hot and tempting. PHAT.
I remember there was a brand called Fat Farm. Do you remember that?
There definitely was.
Yeah.
I never owned any of that.
Me neither.
Apparel. But it was definitely out there for those that wanted it.
I wasn't fat enough back then.
Yeah, I was fat in my day. Matt is the Daniel Day-Lewis guy.
Abe Lincoln?
Never seen that.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Isn't he in one of those, it's not No Country for Old Men, it's the other one that came out around the same time, I want to say. What's that classic movie called? And the oil and the... Help me out.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to look it up. Wes, take us to break. We'll say goodbye to Patrick. Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood. That was the movie I was thinking of. You ever seen that?
Nope.
It's a good movie. Last of the Mohicans, I saw that at the theater down the road when I was a young boy in 1992. Gangs of New York. He's got quite the resume, I must say. Patrick, we'll see you in Minji's tonight. Hopefully, Chandler and I will be courtside, still waiting on those DMs and messages.
Good luck.
Haven't got anything yet. If not, we might be in 213. Who knows? We'll see you at Clark LeClaire this weekend and at Minji's back Saturday night. So big week ahead for Pirate Athletics. A lot to cover on the page of the Daily Reflector and online reflector.com. we wish you well.
See ya. Thanks.
All right. Take a break. Come back. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joins us when we return. Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
Get up the middle, hit! 1 in, 2 in. Dale Murphy makes it a 7-4 game with a bullet up the middle.
Hey, baseball fans, when's the last time you met a 2-time National League MVP and a 7-time Major League Baseball All-Star? Well, your chance is now, as Pirate Radio is bringing Dale Murphy, legendary Atlanta Brave, to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorships and ticket information's online now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, and there'll be a question and answer session. It's Dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details online now at pr927fm.com. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville has a brand new updated menu. Open from 4 to 9 Tuesday through Saturday and 11 to 9 on Sundays, Familia has a variety of pizza combinations and classic Italian dishes that are sure to tackle your taste buds. Enjoy Thirsty Thursdays with $3 drafts with several local brews on tap. And who doesn't love brunch? Familia has Sunday brunch from 11 to 2. Follow Familia on social media for their pizza of the week for just $12. Visit online at familianc.com. Familia, that's Italian for family. Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hey, I'm Holt Nailers. No one knows better than me how important it is as a quarterback to have protection on the field to be successful. My frontline team is critical to my success. For your frontline insurance protection, you need the team at Buck Insurance Agency. Buck Insurance Agency is your local team and have been helping customers like you for over 30 years with their insurance needs. When you need insurance protection, you'll get the whole team with Brian Buck and his staff. Call toll free at 877-357-1966. Go Pirates.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drink and lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Be sure to order Jersey Mike's subs on the mobile app and get delivery right to your home, or save time and order ahead to skip the line to pick up from your nearest Jersey Mike's sub location. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Forgot to mention this to Patrick while he was on the air. I did say something to him before he just left the studio, but last Wednesday night at 9:08, he said, time to scoot and beat that crowd. And that was when ECU was like up by 1 with 45 seconds left against Cincinnati. It just shows the type of humor that Patrick Mason possesses. And I did not leave that game early, but I did tell him I probably will be leaving the women's game early because we have sports trivia at AJ McMurphy's tonight, 8 o'clock. Come on out and have a good old time after ECU takes on Houston. And we'll wait for you. If you want to stick out the whole game, we'll start 15 minutes later. So
I know David Searcy was on Twitter asking if you could maybe start it later for the ECU women's basketball game, but it's not in your hands tonight.
It is in my hands.
Well, I guess it is. But you're not hosting.
We will have a guest host coming up tonight. And Davis tweeted that to me. I didn't see that. You talking about tonight? Today he sent that? Mm-hmm. All right. I'll have to find it. Stephen Igoe's here. Hey, Steve.
What's up?
Nothing.
Hey, Stephen. How you doing?
Hey, Chan.
Good to see you.
We're trying to get courtside tonight. Can you help us out?
Do you know anybody?
I don't have any connections over at ECU. I'm
All
more
right,
of
see you later.
All right. More of a DH Conley insider.
Oh, could you get me courtside to some? Well, I guess their season's over.
Yeah, their season's over. They lost.
Dang it.
Who are you guys contacting?
Nobody. We're asking everybody out there to help us out and give us a courtside seat.
I mean, there's got to be some availability.
Yeah.
I mean,
help us out. I think we might just act like we're supposed to kind of be there.
Isn't it free admission? So, can't you just go in and sit there? I don't know. Is it general admission, or do you have
I'm
to have
to say
a ticket?
if you paid money for courtside seats for women's hoops and some knucklehead like me is in your seat in a free admission game, you're going to get upset. Do we need to talk about
we need
the
to have
jungle?
I was about to say, let's have a jungle discussion in regards to, let's just call the upstairs portion, I guess. Everywhere non-courtside seating is basically the jungle for an ECU women's basketball game. So how are we going to dictate who gets to sit where?
There's going to be people that have been there at every game this
Yes,
year.
there is.
And some idiot like me is going to come in and find a spot. Now, the good news is, for those people, we're going to be getting to the game late because our show ends
you
at
could
6
just
o'clock.
go set up your lawn chair right now on the third bleachers row.
A lot of jungle chat going on Hoist the Colors if you would like to enter that thread.
I feel like it's a pretty good thread. I mean, you've got some hot takes both ways on, for those that aren't following along, that it's about the general admission seating in the jungle and how people try to kind of reserve their spots or tell people to move because they've been coming to games for years in a general admission area. So a lot of back and forth there. It's interesting to hear the jungleites, I guess you could say, that are always out there and have been for years, their take. Some of them feel like certain people should have that right. Others are like, no, it's general admission, and it should be general admission no matter what. First come, first serve. So, interesting conversation. And I think we are getting to the point, and this could be a more of a conversation for the offseason, but I don't know if ECU needs to start charging more for grandstand tickets, but there seems to be a lot more demand than supply right now, because I've had a lot of people reach out to me saying, hey, I need grandstand tickets. I will not sit in the jungle. How do I get grandstand tickets? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to help you out. So I feel like there is a huge supply or a huge demand right now, not enough supply. So I don't know how ECU corrects that going forward.
Yeah, and I would just like people to act with some common sense, be a decent human being.
Those things are impossible.
And handle it yourselves. I saw somebody in that thread say, we need to get John Gilbert to address this jungle situation. And I'm like, what? We need more government.
What does he need to say?
Exactly. We can't just handle it as adults out there.
Seems like it's pretty simple. Hey, it's general admissions. First come, first serve. Have some class.
Yeah.
Talk about it as normal people. There will be a fight.
Yeah.
And then something will happen. I mean, it's trending. Sadly, trending.
I don't think it's that bad. And then again, I don't go out there.
It was chaos. Now Super Regional was.
Yeah, that's a different story.
That was a different animal.
Yeah.
I do think they have to do something about leaving your chairs.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, I don't know. Because, I could go out there in between games when it's just the media and just throw everybody's chair on the ground at the back of the jungle just to piss everybody off. That leaves, like, I mean, because in the regional, Super Regional last year, man, there was like 500 chairs.
Yeah.
No, way more than that. Probably 1,000, 2,000 chairs just sprawled across.
So does that chair give you the right to that view during the game?
It shouldn't. It's just a chair.
Yeah.
And how do you know that lawn chair that's the same as that color as 3 seats down is your lawn chair?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we need more government interference on the jungle.
It's a good problem to have, though, because it means that you got a great baseball product. Anytime you've got a great demand for tickets in any sporting event these days where everybody wants to watch on TV, it's a great problem to have. So, we're sitting here on a sports talk show or on a message board just complaining about these things or discussing these things, and that's kind of what we're supposed to do, but I do think it is a good thing when you kind of take a step back and look at it.
Mr. Juan's World, a.k.a. Juan, a.k.a. Donald Juan.
What's up, Juan?
None of his real names. Says,
What is his real name?
I don't know, but it's not that.
Jawan
Powell. Don't the baseball facilities ads include a building that has more stands on top of it?
There is some premium seating that is going to be added to the left field expansion, but I don't think it's going to be anything significant in terms of like they're adding 500 to 1,000 seats. I think it's going to be a very limited premium seating option, and that's the other thing. As somebody who goes in the press boxes to cover games, there's really not any good premium seating at all in Clark LeClaire Stadium. Like, they have a suite, but it's not really luxury seating. It's more just indoor seating. So I think for sure that is something that's needed as this. Look, if this program is going to remain a top 15, 25 program and host regionals, not every year, but just about every year, you kind of need that area for your high donors.
I've seen people complain about the games where there's not a lot of people in the bleachers, in the stands. And it
was kind of that way this weekend.
Should we come up with we being ECU, come up with an easy way to put your ticket somewhere if you know you can't go and they could get scooped up really quick online or something? Like, what can we do about that to make sure there are butts in those seats?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good and fair point. I do know that we have a ticket exchange on Hoist the Colors, and a number of fans who have season tickets who can't make games will say, hey, we'll give these tickets to any Pirate fan that wants to go and sit in them as long as they're ECU fans for free. So you do have some of that going on already, but not to the ease of which maybe you could be. But I don't know, because then you worry about opening it up to opposing fans or just random people who could take those tickets and then resell them. So I don't know of a great way to do that where it's fair for everyone.
We live in an imperfect society, Stephen.
I would agree, but it beats some other societies out there.
Very good point. Nathan says same pitching rotation for baseball this weekend?
As of right now, but there has not been an announcement on the rotation. Cliff Godwin was on Pirate Radio Live on Monday. He said Spivey was sore, and so we'll continue to monitor that situation. I would assume if everybody's healthy and ready to go, it'll again be Spivey, Savage, and Gross.
Yeah, and we talked to him. He seemed good to go, but he wouldn't say otherwise. But it was interesting to hear Cliff Godwin on Brian Bailey's show, and we talked about this with Spivey, that if he's not good to go, he's got to be honest with himself and honest with Cliff. And as we know, Stephen, these players lie all the time because they want to play. They don't want their spot taken. They also are competitors. So it's hard, and you see it in the pros all the time. They want the paycheck. They don't want to get cut. So they say they're fine when they're really not. And that's one of the toughest things for an athlete to do at any level.
Yeah, I mean, fifth-year senior Carter Spivey, he pitched well against UNC last year. I don't really see a scenario unless he's in a lot of pain where he doesn't go out there and start a game this weekend. So to me, it's all going to come down to how does he look early in his start, and then if you're the coaching staff, you can make a decision pretty quickly. Or if he doesn't look right in bullpens, you can always adjust from that. So, it's just one of those things. I expect him to go. I'd be surprised if he didn't. And UNC has an ace in Max Carlson, who is a legit Friday night guy, so ECU needs to be at his best on Friday to have a shot.
Garrett Saylor brought it up when we talked to him Monday on the Delcor Players Lounge when I asked him that North Carolina win last year on that Sunday seemed to get things going, because at that point East Carolina was 1-5.
Yes.
0-3, got a win, lost 2. So that one kind of, spearheaded things. And so what do you remember about that? He said Carter Spivey absolutely dealing. And so he's done it before against the Tar Heels.
Yeah, that was one of his, probably to that point, the best outing of his career, and pretty unexpected. And he went on to have a great season. And I remember Garrett Saylor last year not pitching well at all against UNC. And part of the reason is I was down on the field taking pictures in Chapel Hill. And I just remember being next to UNC's dugout, and they were just crushing the ball. So I would expect Garrett and Carter to both be ready for this weekend series, as I think ECU will be entirely as a team. I mean, you don't have in-state rival, top 15 team coming into your place Friday, Saturday, and not be ready to go, especially given the way ECU lost last night. So I expect a great series. I think UNC is a really talented team. They can hit the ball at the ballpark. They got one of the best players in college baseball in Vance Honeycutt, who tormented ECU last year quite a bit. So I think it's going to be a great series. Can't wait. Looks like it'll be good weather Friday. I've heard potential movement of Saturday first pitch, but again, waiting to see kind of what the weather is as they get closer. So we'll see.
I don't want to miss basketball.
I think if anything, they'll move it up.
Oh, earlier in the day.
Yeah, but this is based off what I heard this morning, based on the forecast 3 days out. So it's not like they're going to make a call today.
Okay.
The last thing you want to do is shift the time, and then the forecast changes. But there's a lot of contingency plans on the table.
I disagree. I think the last thing you want to do is make no change and just go out to the ballpark and wait all day.
Or would you rather just try to play the game and then it had torrential downpour right as the team is taking the field, and then doubleheader the next day in Chapel Hill?
I'm okay with that. I know fans would absolutely riot. What's up with the pink cup? What, you got pink lemonade?
It's just the pink cup. I don't know. I mean,
what's in it?
Water.
Why did you say it so aggressive?
Water.
You said that.
Tried to verify. Maybe I'm just drinking straight vodka over here.
It looks like a cup you would drink alcohol in. Is why I ask. It's pink. It looks like it should have some alcohol in it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, maybe it does.
Okay.
We'll have to see how the hour unfolds.
We'll see. By the way, today is the day where we can talk about brackets in the AAC tournament.
Absolutely. I was hoping that.
Right, we'll do that next.
I saw you had the standings up, and so I'm excited to talk about that.
All right, cool. We got more baseball questions. You can get them into Igoe if you'd like. And this is great for you non-VIP subscribers to get free answers from Stephen Igoe, although you really should become a VIP subscriber to Hoist the Colors. Nathan, could y'all see Nowak? Now, first of all,
do we know if it's Nowak or Nowak?
Well, it's not Nowak because on the pronunciation guide, it's N-O.
So N-O?
N-O-W-O-K. So Nowak, which is what Scooter's been calling him. And then the person to my left in the press box was saying Nowak.
That doesn't sound.
So I got to. It's not Nowak, which we've called him so far in his career. I know that much. Could you see him hitting leadoff at some point this season? Obviously, yes, the way he's hitting.
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure it's a possibility. The more at bats, the more chances he gets to get on base and use that speed. He's putting the ball in play, and it feels like half of his hits are on infield singles, which is great that he's putting the ball on the ground, gives him a chance to get on base. He's not hitting too many fly balls right now, which is kind of what you want a speedy guy to do, keep the ball on the ground. But I think, I kind of like him where he's at because I feel like it breaks up the string of big, more power bats who may be a little bit more strikeout prone. So I don't know if you really want to go Nowick, Hoover right back to back at the top. I mean, clearly if you do get those two guys on base, you can kind of wreak havoc there, but they're kind of similar in some ways, and so maybe it works better if you spread them out. But I can see an argument for either way. I mean, it just depends on how you want to construct your lineup. It's a good problem to have. The biggest thing for me is he stole bases in crunch time with the game on the line. I know ECU didn't get him in, but that's something ECU really hasn't had. You know the guy's going to steal, and you still can't stop it. That is a major, major weapon as the season unfolds. So either way, he's getting on base wherever he's hitting in the order. Elite speed is going to play, and so I think it's certainly worthy of a discussion if he keeps hitting at this clip.
And, maybe you would like to see Jacob Jenkins Cowart in 3 or 4 where he's going to have guys on base can drive him in. But there's at some point in the season, he's going to go on one of those streaks where he hits 800 in a span of 3 weeks or something. He's going to go off at some point, and he's going to be good in that one spot.
Yeah, and I think, the one thing I would like to see him do is be a little bit more patient. He's swinging.
Big subject on the podcast?
I think we were going to talk about it, but we didn't.
Okay. I saw a tweet from Red's guy.
Well, I think he said that he meant to talk about it.
No.
Either way.
I didn't listen to the podcast.
Clearly. But at least you knew there's a podcast and you referenced it.
I'm aware of it.
Going into, I think it was after his second at-bat yesterday, 12 of his first 18 plate appearances, he had swung at the first pitch, which is a lot.
I did notice you say Jacob Jenkins Cowart swings at the first pitch, and we're under and grounds out or whatever, or fly out.
Ground out, I think.
Yeah. You made sure to put that in, Igoe. I feel like that was a disparaging remark.
It was not. It was just a comment. Swung at the first pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, and two, it's a fine line because JJC's a great hitter.
If they're going fastball to start the game, I want him swinging on the first pitch.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the guy swinging at the first pitch in certain scenarios, but it's just and Packard used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Norby used to do it. So, I don't have a problem in general. I'm just saying you don't want to do it every single at bat. You kind of got to pick your spots.
I guess Agnos was a more
patient guy. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. And I don't want to say JJC needs to revamp his hitting approach because he's a great hitter. And part of what makes him a good hitter is because he can reach just about every pitch. But teams know that he's a marked man now. They're going to pitch around him. So you just would like to see him maybe, take a breath, maybe take a pitch, let the game kind of come to him a little bit. But either way, I think he'll definitely get into a hot streak at some point.
Definitely. Robert had a question, and now I see it's gone. I don't know if he deleted it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Does the baseball team stay in hotels before games like a football team does? Like home games?
No, I don't think so. I mean, now if they're on the road,
that would be a lot of hotel staying for 3 games every week.
No, they just show up at the ballpark. Yeah. Now, if they're going on the road for a weekend series, yes. But even yesterday, I think they just get on the bus and go to Campbell. They don't
Yeah, he was saying for home games, a football team will stay in a hotel or whatever.
And basketball now, I remember, I think when they went to UNC Wilmington, they went the night before, stayed in a hotel, and then got up. Which in the past they would just go the morning of the game and go play the game.
All right, there you go, Robert. Your deleted question is now answered. Let's take a break. What time are you leaving to get to Minji's?
5:45.
All right, cool. We'll take a timeout, come back. We will look at the AAC basketball standings. It's time to start talking about brackets. One of my favorite things to discuss. Where would ECU be playing? Who would they be playing? What time? We'll talk about that and look at the possibilities when we return. Pirate Radio Live after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Love is in the air at your CBD store. Enjoy in-store Valentine's bundles to mix and match the perfect pair for body and mind. Our CBD is award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store, Greenville. Make your CBD store your go-to spot for natural sleep, recovery, and overall wellness. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, and call ahead for pickup at 999-5127.
Must be 18 years of age. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
University Book Exchange, UPE for ECU. University Book Exchange. University Book Exchange, UPE for ECU. University Book Exchange.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to delcorinc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Pirate Radio.
Go Pirates! Go Pirates! Arr! Yeah.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women. Whether it's dress, casual, or even a formal occasion, Russell's has you covered. Russell's has served Eastern North Carolina and beyond for 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington. Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Flip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live.
We're getting closer, folks, to the madness. Most wonderful time of the year. We got NCAA tournament coverage returning to Pirate Radio. Love that Thursday, Friday. But before we get there, it's the conference tournaments. And Wes, hit me some music. This gets the blood pumping. Pumping! Because East Carolina will only be 4 wins away from joining the dance.
Has ECU ever had a 4-game winning streak in American Athletic Conference play in men's basketball?
No. They have not. But they have won 1 straight and are looking for 2 against number 1 Houston on Saturday night. Stephen Igoe, we've been putting this off, but now is the time. This is the final Wednesday of February. Next time we talk, John Rothstein will be tweeting out this is March, because it will be March the 1st. And coming up a week after that will be the AAC basketball tournament. Where do the Pirates sit today? We talked about a scenario a couple weeks ago, Igoe, where you kind of gave me a would you rather just fade and fold the remainder of the season and try to stay out of that 8-9 line where Houston awaits if you win that first game? Or would you rather be tough, win some games down the stretch, end up 8-9? It looks like the latter is happening at the moment. Now, there's still a chance. Still a chance East Carolina could get to that 7 spot. You play UCF. I hear you, but I'm saying there's a chance.
There's a chance, yes, mathematically.
Mathematically, there is a good chance. Realistically, it's not a good chance. Let's see who UCF
They
has
have
left.
a pretty favorable schedule, I believe.
They've got at home against South Florida, which feels like a win. On the road against Tulsa, which feels like a win. A toss-up at Temple, and then at home. So, yeah, they're not going to lose many more. East Carolina would have to basically run the table and beat UCF.
It's completely possible, especially considering they're playing Houston and Tulane twice.
Now, is there any way for us to get to 10?
Yes, absolutely. South Florida has the tiebreaker over ECU,
and South Florida has UCF. SMU's a winnable game. Tulsa at home, very winnable. Wichita State,
winnable.
So it's much more likely East Carolina finishes 10th than 7th at this point.
I would say so, unless they steal a win. Really, I think they got to steal 2. Probably South Florida's probably going to win at least 1, if not 2.
Yeah,
of those games.
All right, so that there is a possibility. SMU right now at 5-10 in league play, sitting at 9th. So East Carolina right now in 8th, which means they would play their first conference tournament game on Thursday, March the 9th at 12:30 on ESPNU. Clip Rock, Chandler Honeycutt will be. Oh, we got to do a couple of things here. A couple of traditions we have around this time every year. 2 questions to ask Stephen Igoe. First question, Stephen, are you going to Dickies Arena to cover the basketball tournament?
I am not. And I don't even have to act like I'm going this time.
Usually they get mad at us. No. Okay, no. Here's what you do. You put out a stipulation.
There's a stipulation I was about to say.
Yeah, all right.
If East Carolina gets the 7th seed or higher, I will be at Dickies Arena.
All right.
For the conference.
Let us bring it Pirates. So they need to dub Saturday night. They need to win 1 of 2 against Tulane, probably both, and then win on the road at UCF.
Yeah, let's say the odds are at 0.00001%.
Yeah,
but it's possible.
All right, so there's the stipulation.
It is possible.
I love things like just that music. The tournament reminds me of childhood, and like my dad would let me like get out of school early to watch tournament games at noon. It was awesome. We watch them in school sometimes. But even going past segments that we've done, recreating this every year of asking you if you'll go and then you throwing out a stipulation, that makes me feel good too. It's like nostalgia.
And one time I was emailing the conference office about what the scenarios would be for how ECU could get to like number 6.
I kind of wanted you
they ended up
to
losing every other game.
Text Chuck Sullivan right now and ask him a few questions. All right, so that game will be at 12:30. Chandler and I doing a watch along before Pirate Radio Live.
This is if the current seeds hold.
Correct. Question 2 that we ask Stephen Igoe every time this year around this time. Will you be joining us for that watch along? Your answer has been the same every year, or at least the outcome has.
Right now, I would say the odds of me showing up for said watch along at that time, 12:30, are 60% yes.
Wow. Okay, that's
12:30 is a very makeable time for me right now.
Yeah. So what's Slater doing at 12:30?
He is usually heading to his grandma's to go down for a nap.
Ooh, okay. All right. So we got you at a pretty good time there. So 60-40, that's about the best, most positive answer we've got from that question over the years from you. So I'll take that right now.
Thursday is a good day. No baseball going on, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on that. When is the Easter weekend?
Let's
Much
see
later,
when
I guess.
ECU has that. Yeah, you got to be in the conference play for that.
Yeah, so that's a ways away.
That Thursday, Friday will be April. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I had the single digits on the mind, but there's no way Easter's in early March.
Yeah.
That would be the earliest Easter of all time.
Yeah.
And no spring practice. So until the following week. So it's a very makeable date.
So as far as all that goes, now you just got to clear it with Erica.
Yeah, and she'll probably be at work. So it shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Okay.
This is if ECU stays in the 8-9 window.
Yeah, we got you at 60-40. So if ECU makes it to that 7-10 game, that would be at 2:30. That would be less likely.
Well, if ECU's the 7 seed, I will be in first worst.
Damn.
So,
but if they're the 10, you will be here.
I would say 2:30 is still doable. Now, here's the problem.
Yeah.
They have it listed at 2:30. If the previous game started at 12:30, that game's not starting until 3 at the absolute earliest.
Yeah, that's way off. Correct.
So 3, I would say my percentages will be reversed. Probably 40-60. Slater's waking up from his nap in between 3 and 4.
Are you going to go ahead and put a 0 on the 7 o'clock?
Yeah, 0 because ECU will not be in that game, and I won't be here.
All right. Let's see who baseball's playing, which they would start later on a Friday anyway. But if ECU is able to win out of that 8-9 game, East Carolina would play Houston at 1 o'clock on ESPN2 on Friday, March the 10th. That would be going on the same day as Pirate Baseball is taking on the Flames of Liberty at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, that would be – now I mean, if they win that first one.
If they win the first
you got to come back.
I'll be here because –
so you're 60-40 for the first one. If they win it, you're 100% for the second one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be able to leave 10 minutes into the game as well, so because it'll probably be over.
Come on, man.
I'm saying because the ECU is going to beat Houston this Saturday, and they're going to be.
Oh, I thought about that. It's the old. Remember that year they beat Memphis on Senior Day?
Yep.
And then faced them in the semis.
You got
and lost?
smacked. Yeah.
So
would
there
you
you
rather
go.
beat Houston in Minji's this Saturday or beat Houston in the conference tournament?
Conference tournament. I'm willing to give up that moment
At
in
home, Minji's magic.
Absolutely.
Moment.
To get to the semis and start getting that feeling. Do you know how jacked freaking up we'd be if they beat Houston and we're playing Saturday in the semifinals?
They would 100% lose that next game.
100%, but I don't care. I would be so dang excited.
I would be jacked.
All right. I got jacked just thinking about it, man.
I'll be jacked if they win the 8-9 game. How long has it been since ECU won a conference tournament game?
It was the year they swept Central Florida, probably. Remember, they beat them 3 times in one season. That's been a long time
We
ago.
could have a scenario here, too, where ECU loses to UCF in the finale and then has to turn around and face UCF again in the conference tournament. How do we feel about that? I feel like that's happened a lot.
I would like that. You'd get one final crack at them. We would be so due. They've lost how many in a row? 15?
Like 15 or 16.
At that point, it'll be 16 or 17. They're riding that big of a win streak over ECU. You're never going to see this team again in your life. And you get one more shot at them and you beat them. And some of you fans would love to send Brandon Suggs home a loser. You get your chance.
And I have to say, playing Tulane or Memphis in the second round, much more winnable game than playing Houston.
Igoe, that's one of the smartest things you've ever said.
Would you take, all right, here's another scenario.
All right.
Would you rather ECU finish 2-2 or better down the stretch?
Wow. That means some big wins.
That would guarantee a winning record in the regular season and some big wins.
Yeah, you're beating at least Houston or Tulane at home. Well, not necessarily. You could win both on the road.
You could win 2 road games back to back, which seems completely plausible. Or and then lose in the first round. Or win the first round game and then or go 0-4 and then win the first round game. So
0-4. 0-4. Give me a conference tournament win. Give me one watch along where we're celebrating a win, because you know what that means? Another fun day. You got, if you win that Thursday, we are celebrating a win on Pirate Radio Live. We're talking to whoever, Cy Seymour, Michael Perry. We're jacked up. We're having fun. And then you go to bed that night saying, when we wake up tomorrow, we got the Houston Cougars, and we're just 3 wins away from going to the dance, from seeing our name on the bracket, from being on the selection show, from being in the Murphy Center. I go surrounding David Kasaganai and...
Are we ever going to pronounce that dude's name right?
Ezra. At least I'm calling him David now instead of Mike. Ezra Ozar, as some say.
Osar is what his pronunciation is.
Osar is what the pronunciation guide says. Surrounding them during the selection show, seeing where their seed is. And we're in the tournament in North Carolina, isn't it?
All right, well, let's run that scenario where we always try to project what seed East Carolina would be if they were to run the table. So more than likely, if they're going to win the conference tournament, they're going to have to go in as the 10th seed, which means they're going to have to go in probably
14 and
17.
Mm-hmm. So 14 and 17.
And
but
a net well under or over 200.
But that path is going to get you some good wins.
So you're going to have a win probably over UCF or Wichita State. You're going to have a win over Tulane or Memphis. Probably Tulane, because Tulane's got a more favorable stretch.
And I think in this scenario, Houston gets upset by somebody. So who'd be them, like Memphis or somebody?
Well, they would be on the 1-4 side, so they would probably be upset by like Cincinnati or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
Temple, yeah. I mean, that's completely doable.
Temple.
All right, so ECU knocks off UCF. They didn't take out Tulane in the second round. Who else would be on that side? It would probably be Memphis. They take down Memphis in the semifinals. And then in the championship, the Pirates versus the Owls. Damian Dunn wishes he could transfer to East Carolina as the Pirates hit the game-winning three-pointer as Javon Small returns from injury, sends ECU to the big dance, cuts down the nets, and ECU goes in as the 15.
I'm thinking 15.
I'm going 14.
All right.
I'm going 14th seed.
While we're running scenarios, because this is a Fantasyland scenario segment, we do it every year. This is a lot of fun. I love doing this. Let's look at who the number 2 and 3 seeds are, Igoe, to see who we would match up with. So your 2s right now, according to Joe Lenardi, are Texas, UCLA, Baylor, and Arizona. Let's bypass that because you got us as a 14. So let's talk 3 seeds.
Because if ECU wins the conference tournament,
my God,
they would be 18 and 17 if they.
Oh my God!
If they lost out, so I'm going 18 to 17, 14 seed.
I go in Greensboro Coliseum, East Carolina versus Jaden Gardner and the Virginia Cavaliers.
Wow. That's it.
CBS storybook, folks. Just how they want it.
Jaden Gardner's first ever tournament game against East Carolina.
Oh! In Greensboro. Purple and gold everywhere. Orange. Like it's a packed house.
Man, that place
Who
would
would
be
be on the
flooded
call?
with East Carolina fans.
Who's on the call? They brought in Gus Johnson back to call it.
Could you imagine all the UNC basketball fans that don't have a team to pull for in the tournament showing up to pull for ECU in Greensboro?
Yeah.
It would be a madhouse.
Jalen Walker for 3.
Remind me, has Virginia ever lost in the tournament as a big favorite? I think they have.
Never happens.
I think they have. All right. The other 3. Kansas State out in Des Moines. Not as sexy.
Not doing
Battle of Purples there. Oh, my. John Gilbert and the Pirates taking on Tennessee in Greensboro.
And Mike Schwartz.
Oh, yeah. Mike Schwartz, coach there.
John Gilbert leading the Pirates against his former team.
Yeah, I forgot that Mike Schwartz was there. Mike Schwartz. So there's your story.
Yeah,
that's what they would do.
That would be incredible.
That would be in Greensboro as well, and that would be packed.
I mean, give me Tennessee or Virginia. I'll take either one.
Yeah.
In Greensboro, could you imagine?
The other 3, Iowa State in Columbus. So there you go. There's the fantasy.
Iowa State versus Jaden Walker, his former team.
I mean, the storylines are all over the place there, folks.
The only one we don't have is Kansas State. Not much going on there.
Yeah, what's the K-State other than the purple versus purple? A lot of purple. And, man, fantasy life is so much better than real life.
Speaking of fantasy life, what are the odds East Carolina does the unthinkable on Saturday? Winning in basketball, not winning in baseball.
You know, the BPI, well, the CBI has a 3% chance.
Really?
That's
3%?
I just made that up.
I'm curious. I wonder if you can pull up the ECU
would it be on
basketball
ESPN?
power index. Yeah. If you Google like ECU basketball power index, I think it'll come up with numbers. So you're saying the clip percentage index has a 3% chance?
Team rankings?
I don't know if that'll be it. I don't think that's it.
Does it do projections? No. Yeah, I'm going to say 3 out of 100 times that what you just said would happen. Basketball power rankings. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Igoe, thank you for playing Fantasyland with me.
Big win last night.
Yeah.
I mean, that was look, Tulsa's not very good.
No.
But
they're not even kind of good.
At the same time, Jeff Charles used to say it best. Any American Athletic Conference win in basketball is like gold. Any road win, I mean, you got to cherish that thing.
And you know Jeff Charles' other phrase he liked to say quite a bit, house of horrors. Tulsa has legit been a house of horrors. Our series against Tulsa,
I found it, Bo.
Has been awful.
Yeah, I think prior to last year, ECU was like 19-2 or something all time.
2-19. They've won 4 in a row in the series, right?
Yeah. All right, so I found it. According to ESPN Analytics matchup predictor, the Houston Cougars have a 97.9% chance of winning Saturday night's basketball game.
If you round down, that would be 3% chance for ECU.
And the Pirates have a 2.1% chance of winning.
All right. I like our odds.
2.1. I mean, that's honestly about what I would put it at. But if Minji's Coliseum gets rocking, man, anything can happen.
Yes, sir. Steven, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
When's the next pod coming out?
We have had 2 come out in the past 2 days, so we're probably going to be taking a little bit of a break. We may have a post-game podcast for the women's basketball team and a preview of Saturday's game in the weekend series if the Pirates can get a W tonight in women's hoops.
All right. We're heading over there after the show. Igoe's going to head over there right now. Wes, let's open up the booty bag and make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, Chandler, what do you want to give away today?
We have AJ's tonight. We got sports trivia at AJ's. So how about we give away a AJ's gift card?
Awesome. You going to put a dollar amount on it?
$15 gift card to AJ's.
There you go.
Caller number, what do you think? Caller number 8?
4. Caller 4, 317-1250. We will have our winner and more after this.
High and deep to right field. This could be number 300, and it is for Dale Murphy.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop-off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Lube technicians to reduce wait time. That's our #1 goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted #1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
With wireless deals, you can't always trust everything you hear. So when we tell you that at US Cellular you can choose from any unlimited evolved plan and get $500 off any phone with no hidden requirements, you're probably thinking, yeah, right. But that actually is right. Because at US Cellular, you actually can trust everything you hear. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find a store near you. We go beyond the call.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the program. To get the business services that are right for your business today, contact the team of experienced local bankers at First Bank. The team includes bankers you can trust like Ashley Capps, Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nesbitt. First Bank, together with their customers, they're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. And congratulations to Mitchell Dowd. He is the winner of our $15 gift card to A.J. McMurphy's. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is A.J. McMurphy's. A.J.'s has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock, which is starting tonight at 8 o'clock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, let's play Guess the Line, Chandler. Pirates, Cougars going at it tonight in Minji, 6 o'clock. Women's basketball. Winner will take over second place of the American. Now, Houston is the only team in the AAC that has beat South Florida. So it's going to be a battle tonight. Chandler, what is the line for this game?
I'm going to go Pirates as a home favorite. I'm going to go ECU minus 2.5.
All right, Wes, give me a number. Who's favored and by how much?
ECU by 6.
All right. Houston is the favorite in this game.
Great.
And they are a
1.5. So tight one, close one.
All right.
You know what they're not factoring in?
What?
Me and you being there.
Man, if they knew we were going to be there,
yeah.
Like, all right, we're going there. We know that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be playing a factor, which they don't know that. But if they knew that we were going to go there and be courtside,
right? ECU would probably be what Wes
Vegas
said.
would probably just skyrocket to ECU.
I'll go ahead and give it to Houston by 5.
You're going the opposite way?
Yeah.
If we're there, just because we're there, Houston's going to be a favorite.
Wes is saying we're about to ruin all this money. I mean, I am super nervous about that. They've won 5 in a row. We should just stay away, to be honest, and let them keep doing what they're doing. But now we're going to get involved with our bad mojo. And, yeah, this could go south. But, anyway, we'll see. We'll be there. Other games tonight on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
I'm going to tell you in just a minute. And take a breath. Because that fantasy segment got me really excited. Providence is at UConn in men's hoops. Virginia at BC. Tulane at Houston. Alabama at South Carolina. Those are the only 4 games tonight involving ranked teams in college basketball. But a whole lot more going on. Alabama, man, a lot going on there with their program right now. They are a big favorite tonight over South Carolina on the road. So that's what's going on in top 25 action tonight. Saw the Hurricanes picked up a win last night. When's the NBA get back going? Probably tomorrow night, Chandler, I would assume.
Yes.
Looks like Thursday night. The NBA will be back from the All-Star break. So that's what's going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
We got one more timeout to take, so let's go ahead and get it, Wes. We'll come back, get ready to wrap things up here on Pirate Radio Live after this.
It's bow time.
Finally, lunchtime. I'm starving.
What's that?
This is the Bojangler from Bojangles.
With the same bold flavor as their chicken?
The same.
And fries.
The same.
Huh. Well, I've got a PB&J.
Yeah, that's not the same.
A crispy fish fillet dusted in Bo's famous seasoning. With cheese and tartar sauce on a fluffy bun, the Bojangler's back. Hook one while you can. It's bow time.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at AA.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Saturday, April 8th, the NC Strutmasters Championship is back. Presented by Leopold and coming back to Farmville. Turkey hunters from all over the country are headed east to put their skills to the test, and the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes up to $30,000. Plus live performances by Nate Hosey and the Carolina Treat Band. A weigh-in will be held at R.A. Wood Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. Registration is now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Brought to you by Sam Jones Barbecue, Big Rock Power Sports and Marine, Mossy Oak, Spring Hill Outfitters, Carolina Caliber, Mossberg, Doug Henry of Farmville, and Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Deadline to register is April 3rd, or the first 165 teams. And we'll see you there for the NC Strutmasters Championship.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drinking lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
You know, for having such a bleak outlook on pirates, you're well on your way to becoming one.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. And if you happen to miss this show, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on wherever you get podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your phone, visiting pr927fm.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Flip Rock.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live, wrapping it up here on a Wednesday. Coming up,
let Wes do the Wells Fargo financial report.
I'd love him to.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Wes.
All right, the Dow is going to be down 85 points when it opens in the morning at 33,045. The NASDAQ was up 14 by 11,507. And the S&P 500 down 6 at 3,991. On your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report for a posted look into investing. Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
This Friday, February 24th, 11 a.m., starting at 11 a.m. at UBE, you can get your Jungle Nation t-shirts while supplies last. For a $10 donation to Mustache March for the fight against ALS, you can get a purple or gray Jungle Nation t-shirt, all sizes available. First come, first serve. $10 donation, awesome shirt, awesome cause, and we'll have that for you 11 a.m., beginning at 11 a.m. on Friday while supplies last. Wes, great job. Thank you for filling in today.
No problem, buddy.
Awesome work, man. Chan Man, we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
And folks, we will talk to you Thursday, 3 o'clock on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Jeff Charles, take us home.
You've been listening to Pirate Radio Live with Troy D, an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation.
Here's your host, Zach Gelb.
Live from the palatial yet not overly ostentatious studios of CBS Sports Radio here in beautiful New York City, sitting on top of the 10